Alright, so let's kick this off.
Side, and ENCE is going to be defense.
Turn this down just a tad.
Not too much of a mix-up though.
No, I mean overall throughout this
Okay, so
season,
where are
consistent operator
the icons?
selection
Alright,
pool.
cool. So the
Other
ESL
players
icon
defense,
is down there. I am
again,
not
we
allowed to
talked about
cover
it
up the
a little
ESL
earlier.
icon.
It comes down to the
Bitcup, you
fact
gotta
that
move.
has not been altered too terribly much.
There we go.
Of course, you saw the early changes in glass, but that was almost. I mean, that
Is
feels
the
like
quality good,
6
guys?
ago.
Is the quality fine for you guys?
So, you know, there hasn't been much of a mix-up when
Why
it
this
comes to
match? This
operator
match
selection, and we're
won
not
the
seeing
poll. It had a majority vote of 35%.
Slightly different on the defense. I mean, we've got that pulse.
Alright, okay, so what we're looking at here is ENCE doing a top floor control with Pulse, Bandit, Jaeger, Smoke, and Mira. They are running the Monitors defense, or CCTV defense for some people, if you want to word it like that. They are running this extremely common Mira window, which pretty much almost every single team in the league has run at some point. A bit of history for you guys. This Mira window here, that originated from Brazil. So the Brazilians were the first ones to use that mirror window, and ever since then it's grown really wild in the rest of the region. So I'm going to go out on a quick one right now. I will not be casting this match, I will be analyzing it. So don't expect me to get like super hyped or anything like that. This is just purely for analytical purposes. So Elevate quickly going to be pushing majoritively from the east side of the map, a couple of them towards the south and southwest side, but it looks like right now if you're putting a Blackbeard on this balcony here, it's probably going to be a direct office take or a B take. The fact that he's not gone up to the window just yet means that he doesn't want to be singled out in that position, because if he's alone on that balcony, it means that Elevate could potentially lose a Blackbeard very early on if ENCE catch on that, hey, there's an alone Blackbeard on the balcony, let's go screw him over. If he's on this balcony here, however, just repelling and holding this pixel angle, there's very little that anyone can do to him. 10 out of 10 droning skills. I don't know why the cameraman is focusing on Laxing so much here. It'd be much more interesting to see what the rest of the team is doing. We know right now he's just trying to get our angle here, make sure no one can rotate to the window, because a window position is very strong to counter an Archive's take. If someone plays in one of the left or the right side corners of between that window, inside of the Archive's room, it means you can pretty much prevent a plant from the window side or from the door side, and it also means that people need to waste utility and resources to get rid of you. So we have Shuttle below. Shuttle's basically going to be the flank holder in the sense that he will kill the players who drop out of sight. Typically, you're going to drop from the small room hatch inside of A, and obviously Blackbeard here is going to hold Panari whilst the rest of his team crawls inside. Panari knows it's well within his rights that the only way he's ever going to try and kill Blackbeard is to go with a quick peek, but it's not going to happen. And here you go. ENCE try and rotate two people out of sight via that hatch or the stairs, and Shuttle picks off both of them, and that means the mirror window also gets opened up if they want to go for that. They could, in their full rights right now, rotate for Panari as he's completely alone in that regard. Shuttle goes in for an aggressive peek. He's going to pick off Shate in the same time. And this round is Shuttle versus ENCE as Skies picks off Boonsy of the rest of the bomb site. And then Shuttle pushes the mirror window from the side, which is its biggest weakness, by the way, is a main stairs push. And then it gets opened immediately because of it. So yeah, right now if you put a little bit too much focus on holding down that mirror window, like if you base your strategy around, hey guys, they can't breach archives because this mirror window has these long lines of sight, then obviously you're pretty much wrong. Countering that mirror window has pretty much become an easy staple for most teams in Europe as far as the scrim scene is concerned. We haven't scrimmed ENCE in the past few weeks before this game happened, so we didn't realize that they were running this mirror window until we actually saw it on LAN. So this is something that they have prepared for LAN. But the problem is that this window is very much out of the meta right now. Not very many teams run this mirror window, and a lot of the teams that do run the mirror window inside of the monitors room, which Elevate are also about to do, typically they die. They either die or it does nothing. In the case of the previous round, it did nothing. In the case of this round, I believe they die, if my memory serves me correctly. Basic Valkyrie cameras being thrown, nothing really striking from the Elevate lineup, and especially from the ENCE lineup, nothing striking there either. And the real question is, how much is Elevate going to realistically invest into this mirror window? Because if you go too heavy into monitors, you sacrifice a lot of utility towards the B bomb site. And if once again, like I said earlier, if you rely on that mirror window to cover B, you're going to have a bad time. So it looks like we're having a little bit of a mirror in terms of how the team's set up just now, trying to get control of the east and the south side. We have Boonsy going to be going up towards the ladder here. He's going to drone it out, looks like first, making sure that there's no one peeking the window on the right side between the lockers. That is the big counter. You can essentially open a Falco peek, which is where you remove the bottom panel and can see underneath the window, and you can basically headshot someone as they climb up the pinnacle of the ladder. Boonsy, because this here is castled, he has a lot more safety in that regards. It means he can just sort of melee the window a couple of times, and he's doing the smart thing, and he's going to check to see if there's anyone close. If there's someone close, it means he may get surprised by a smoke shotgun, which is a very viable strategy, and I've seen it a lot. They castle the window and they put a smoke, beg pardon, straight in front of the window. So the moment it's meleeed for the 12th time, smoke just pops out in front of you. So here Panaria baits Skies with the run out here. He probably spotted the camera and knew that Skies would run out. Just holds a bit of a casual angle and gets the kill. And meanwhile, Shate entry frags on Chap, trying to hide behind the window because it's been opened by the Twitch. And that is the big counter to this, as England gets picked off by Panaria trying to peek through a fountain rotate hole. This is also one of the really big counters, as once they've gained control of the monitors, your entire strategy goes to shit because you rely on so much lines of sight. So much of the room inside a fountain is open that everyone just gets picked off left, right, and center. Boonsy obviously opened that castle barricade, gets the pick onto Shuttle. Shuttle was the castle. Wilkie gets picked off by Laxing on the Roma hunt. Kanto pops out, flicks, and gets the kill. So basically, this was just Elevate focusing way too hard on trying to keep control of monitors, that when they decided to try and overstep their reach, so they rushed a man outside of the balcony door. I believe the player behind the mirror window peeked a little bit too wide, trying to get a frag onto Shate, and each one of them respectively lost their gunfights, which means that they're going to lose the round because they've lost monitors within the first minute, which is generally why this mirror window is such a massive double-edged sword. If it works, it crushes, but it's gotten to the point where everyone knows how to beat the window. Stop doing the window. Holy fuck. Right, okay, so we have ENCE immediately opting to defend downstairs in a bit of a switcheroo, realizing the strategy from earlier wasn't going to work. Basically, this is like a winning formula. Majority of the time, a lot of teams in scrims don't typically switch to the second bomb site immediately, as they want to try and find out the weaknesses and learn from their previous mistakes by either switching up a small part of the strategy, or they might just run the same strategy and try and figure out why it lost and counter that within micro plays and not actual large plays like moving reinforcements, changing operators. It could be a simple fact of like, you don't play here, play on this side of the room instead, and that could be the big change. But instead, ENCE, obviously they want to win, so they're going to try and change it up to the next bomb site immediately. What this can do is completely counter some teams' strategies, in the sense that, like, some teams, for example, on Clubhouse, want to run a Monty when attacking bar and the stockroom. So some teams start bar stockroom to completely throw them off the scent and screw up their strategies. And I think that what ENCE is doing here as well on border. Choose the other bomb site even though they lost the first one and can repick armory. Because hey, you might screw them up a little bit. It's worth the chance. So it looks like we have a Kanto and Panari top 4 hold. Kanto in armory and Panari chilling out inside of the Archives rune. It looks like Wilkie is also towards the armory reinforcements. Panari holding an off angle here on the desk. He's going to get droned out. Boonsy being the Echo, unable to see the drone here. Shuttle and Sky's going to have to rush inside. Sky's trying to bait the Echo drone. He's ready for pre-fire, but doesn't matter. Panari's already dipped out, and Boonsy sacrifices his Echo drone, which is a huge waste of utility. Panari definitely should have gone for the fight there to try and get some use out of the Echo drone. Losing it for free is definitely a win for Elevate, because in Panari and evacuating the room also gives a potential armory control for Elevate, as they're only being held. It's only being held by one man. It's only Kanto. Meanwhile, Shate is going to get a pick onto Shuttle. I believe that's through the floor. And Wilkie is also chilling out inside a kitchen, and they do have a kill hole where Wilkie is looking. It's just a small melee hole. He could be a big pinnacle part of this round, but I don't think he's going to be, as he's going to shotgun the hatch, make sure no one's down there, and he might drop, leaving Kanto all alone here in armory. Kanto in armory here does have a little bit of a strong position here. It's going to be very difficult to pick him out, as he's holding small angles and tight angles, But unfortunately for Kanto, there's many of those angles, but it doesn't matter because Kanto is going to pick up Chap and then immediately rotate back down to site. Never mind, he'd already rotated back down to site and picked up Chap in the bathroom, and this is where Elevate kind of start to fumble a little bit as they're still droning the top floor, unsure of where the Kanto is, but they should know that Kanto was the Jaeger. Recoil there robs Laxing of a kill. If Laxing did have the grip instead of the angle grip, he would have gotten the kill because the first bullet recoil took him above his head there, and that could potentially cost them the round because of a poor attachment choice. Either way, Skies has somehow made his way onto the bomb site already. He's going to try and find a frag onto Booney, not going to find it as Panarin. He's going to refrag onto Laxing. Skies refrags him, pre-fires as England drops the hatch and gets immediately refragged. This is basically an all-in strategy here. Everyone rush into A and see what frags we can get, but no one actually did any rushing. Everyone got inside, stopped inside with the workshop, didn't push through to servers, and they're going to get picked off by a rotational flank from Wilkie. Right here, Skies and the rest of his crew could have definitely pushed forward through the rest of the bomb site and gone much more hyper-aggressive to try and get more frags, but unfortunately it felt like they hit an invisible wall and decided that they didn't want to push, leaving two players to get picked off by Panari as they both pushed from the hatch side of workshop, which ultimately led to the demise.
So like Pranari, for example, playing inside of Archives, he was trying to get that bait out with the Echo drone, and he successfully kind of did it because he got away with his life, and he still managed to...
And now we're going to see the first interesting strategy of the game, Elevate opting to defend customs and inspections and the stockroom. So you don't really see the site too much as it wasn't really viable, as gaining control and keeping control of monitors as a defender is very hard, but unfortunately it's become a little bit more viable with the introduction of the mirror window in monitors. This is the only time when the mirror window in monitors actually has a worthwhile merit in the current meta. A lot of teams don't understand how to attack. That's a bad camera, by the way, from Skies. That will get droned out very quickly because it is on drone height, and that is a room that will be droned if they decide to push from there. That is a good camera. It is a completely random camera on a wall with no method in the madness, so it's very unlikely it's going to get seen. So basically what we're going to see here is mirror window on the armory wall. That's going to basically protect the balcony outside of the monitors at the CCTV room. And the mirror window facing down the long corridor, which is typically referred to as the monitor's mirror window. Very typical, but unfortunately, Shuttle start the round, he's looking for players to 30 seconds in, but not looking for drones. It's very important that if you are in a mirror window and you do not have any sound cues or sound prompts from anything at all, your eyes are on the ground looking for the Twitch drone. In this meta, Twitch is queen. She is so important in removing these mirror windows, and when you have a strategy that relies fully around mirror windows, you need to look out for the Twitch. Twitch is the counter. There goes the camera. It's on ground level. It's very obvious. So they're holding upstairs with 4 players with 1 player on site. So you could, in theory, do a site rush and have a very successful site rush. Just don't site rush A like we did because we're idiots and we'd never seen it before. There's a rotate hole next to Shuttle. That's going to allow him to dip in and have a little bit more an interesting rotation. Panari sees an arm goes for spray, not going to see anything. And here's what we see from Elevate immediately through the silhouettes. Rotations, a lot of rotations. They all shuffle towards the archive side of the map. Ash going down on that wire there. Kanto goes in with a rush and immediately picked up by Shuttle, peeking with the Ash charge. Very well played there from Elevate. Shuttle once again still holding the same angle, going to force choke someone, but never mind, doesn't matter. Panari's going to push inside, and now they have control of Armory, which is the first step in gaining control of monitors, especially when people want to hold monitors for customs and inspections. Chate goes in gung-ho, and Panari feels the fourth of his Finnish wrath. And now Chate realizes he needs to reload, and now it's a 2-on-4, going to rush inside, pick off Chap, never mind, and they both get taken down on that push. So when you have armory control, it's a little bit difficult to take control of the mirror window. You need to push, like I said before, along the short corridor from the main stairs side and pre-fire next to the mirror window because you will kill that player immediately. You can then peek the hole you make and kill the player towards the bookshelf unit or whether he's behind the long L-shaped desk. Basically, you need to go into a default monitors take from all different sides and angles when you have control of Armory, when you have control of Office, when you have control of East Stairs, when you have the men, the numbers. It was a 3 versus 4. They definitely could have surrounded the room and pushed in on all sides at the same time, and they definitely could have gotten that round, but unfortunately ENCE jumped the gun, playing too aggressive, playing too pushy, trying to force the momentum, and that's a bad thing. You never want to force the momentum, you flow with it. The force of the momentum led to Shatter getting a team kill, and that was the round sort of falling apart right then and there. And obviously, we're going to get this mirror window again from ENCE. It didn't work last time, so they're trying to force the same strategy again. I don't see any changes to the operator lineup, and it doesn't look like they're changing any of the reinforcement structure. So we'll have to see how it works out for ENCE. Excuse me. One thing ENCE should have realized by now is that if Blackbeard is challenging the mirror window from inside of the office window, that means a thermite can just get into the window, crawl his way up to the armory wall, and just plop his device down on it, and Bob's your uncle, the wall's open. Especially if Shuttle's going below, you can't stay there and bandit trick it, because he's going to kill you if he does that. At the same time, they could even push Skies around the wall if he's quick enough and push in, or they could remove the barbed wire on this door here and have an Ash rush through there, because they have reinforced the wall that faces it just here, which is a really big indicator of we can plant in the door, we can plant in the window, we can rush a player inside, we can rush a player through the window. There's so many different things you can do when that wall is reinforced. That's why most teams in the current meta leave it unreinforced. But it looks like the rest of the team are going to go and try and push the office balcony. Kanto is here as his Jaeger, and he now realizes he goes for a potato pre-fire. He gets picked off from Shuttle, who push from below. And that's a perfect little squeeze from the team of Elevate. They're going to get rid of the free roamer who late roamed last round, so that's one person off the clock already. Nice bit of a bucking on the wall here. Not much is really going to be gained from it. In fact, it probably works against them to actually buck this wall open. It gives the mirror window more information, because he's going to be able to see from all the extended lines of sight that have been opened. Wilkie gets a refrag from... Okay, so Wilkie was inside of the kitchen there, holding that angle we saw from earlier rounds. Ripped my mouse bungee. Where's that going? Go on, get off. There we go. Mouse bungee fixed. So Wilkie gets a pick and immediately rotates down, but Shuttle and Skies have an inkling that he may be somewhere here. Wilkie seems a little bit sure that that drone may have potentially spotted him, but it doesn't really matter all too much if he's going to be in customs holding this angle. There's very few angles that he can get pushed from without at least a little bit of a sound notification that they're coming. He's going to hold this pretty interesting off angle. Very, very rarely do people check this. So if people rotate through the tellers like this, ooh, that's a little bit of an issue of timing from Wilkie there. He's going to kick himself when he watches the VOD. He was watching that angle, and neither of them looked right as they went out of that window. So yeah, now they notice that this wall here is reinforced. Flashbangs go over the side, and you can just plant immediately in the door, and you can rush an Ash inside. Ash rushes inside, kills the smoke in the room, frags the fucking mirror on the side wall, and that's exactly what I was saying before. That's exactly what you can do. Remove the wire, rush inside, and plant at the same time. Bob's your uncle, you fucking win the round. Bob, that mirror window, fucking useless. Mirror window gives you absolutely nothing. You have to rotate all the way through round here. This is pretty cringy from Panari. Gets killed by Skies, who takes advantage of him being revealed. And now it's Wilkie just chilling inside of the small office. He's going to get the first frag here. And now Elevate play this very, very safely. They have someone prone towards the door, peeking the diffuser, making sure that Wilkie can't cross. And we have England holding his flank in an extremely passive position. The desk on the prone spot there is bulletproof. I have played that position before. You cannot get shot through it. And I think here Wilkie assumes that he's downed him, goes for the pistol on Chap, gets it somehow, but he does not have the time to defuse. Regardless, he would have still lost that defuse there. And that's the round there from Elevate.
A very good read there by Elevate, forcing themselves into the B bomb site, and you have to hand it to Skies. What an entry frag there early on, taking out those two ENCE defenders, the two people responsible exclusively for the B bomb site. And then unfortunately, because ENCE's C4 from below was just rendered, it didn't do anything, it didn't catch any of the Elevate members, the man advantage was not in...
Yeah, the reason why that is, CRL, is basically not a lot of people have ever been in a clutch situation, so they don't understand time management, which is the way that I word it. I've been from maining smoke for a bunch of seasons. I've been in a million glitch situations, so I'm fine with glitching, but some people just have never been in the situation where they have to clutch, so they kind of falter on that. So now we have Elevate defending the top floor. Again, Chap opening some nitro holes. This is going to be really important for retake, especially if they're planting behind the bomb inside of there. Elevate placed the mirror window on the left side. I don't know why they would place the mirror window on the left side. That is really kind of not the way you do it. You place it on the right side so that way you're not peeking wide for too long. You have all of the information whilst you're still peeking. Now he'll have a blind spot if he ever tries to peek that. And I really hope that there is no mirror window inside of that small room. Not small room, sorry, inside of the monitors room. I don't think it looks like it. I think they're giving up monitors right now, which is exactly what they should be doing. Monitors here. Monitors, good. Okay, so Elevate have learned monitors, it ain't working. We need to change it up. So hopefully they've gone with strategy number 2, and they have to see how it works. Because Border is a very interesting map. You can make a million different strategies on it, and that's why it's one of my favorite maps. It's just so malleable. All of the walls inside are more or less destructible. You're going to see a little bit of casual droning towards the top floor, making sure that there's no cameras in the room. Panari here on the Twitch. Wilkie's going to go here, try and buck the floor open. Wilkie makes a huge mistake by not looking up or checking that there are no kill holes. If there were kill holes, he'd be immediately dead from vaulting inside, and boom, there's the first mirror window, gone. Because of Panari. Going to buck his way into the workshop area. Kanto doing a little bit of a clearing for him with the drone here. Wilkie quite antsy to get inside. And now it's Wilkie's job to remove the floor and get the kills. Sky's dropped his way into tellers here and pushes his way through the mid corridor. Diffuser chilling right now outside on the balcony. Spots Skies on a little bit of blind spot. Cooks the nade. Doesn't get any real damage on Laxing. Skies has a bit of an inkling. Hey, I hear a buck inside here. Let's try and frag him. This is what I like about Skies. He's holding a really passive angle, but if he doesn't hurry up, he's going to get sandwiched by Wilkie, who's essentially turned one on him. And Panari has somehow picked up 2 kills here as he pushes his way through the bomb site. Third one injured. Chap's going to get a nitro kill onto Boonzio on the rest of the side of the map. Panara in his 3rd kill. Skies actually needs to make himself known right now as he's doing very little here, as Kanto is also going to be pushing from the long corridor, or at least towards that area. Kanto gets a kill onto Skies as he tries to make himself a little bit relevant, and Shate finally recovers the diffuser, and it's Chap, no nitro in a 1 versus 4 situation. There's no way you win in this. Panari with a 4K, going to win the round for his team there. A really good aggressive push inside. That's going to get himself the round win for his team. So what went wrong for Elevate? Alright, so wrongdoing number 1. Somehow, off camera, Panari got an entry double kill. That can't happen. The mirror window was opened by Panari. That can't happen. If you're not getting pressured and you're behind the mirror window, your number 1 goal is to stop the Twitch drone. If you are not on cameras, if you are not pressured, you watch the Twitch drone. Always. 3-step plan. Am I pressured? No. Do I need to cam? No. Do they have a Twitch? Yes. Can't let the Twitch drone open the window if your strategy revolves around a window. So, following that, Skies and the rest of the Roam crew unable to make an impact downstairs. They had options to kill Wilkie. He played it slow. I liked the slow and passive play, trying to wait for them to make a little bit more of a mistake, but the pressure that was being put on the rest of the army room meant that Skies needed to get a frag soon. It's much easier to win a round if you are 2 versus 4, if you make it 2 versus 3. Pretty common sense. Skies needed to make himself a little bit more well-known down there. It's all good and well, you know, Pink Panther, you know, stalking your way around, da-da-da-da. You know, Pink Panther theme music, whatever, it's a crap joke, but if they don't know he's there, they're not going to put pressure on him, and he's not putting pressure on ENCE. So it's counterintuitive. Once again, it looks like Elevate. Hey guys, they're running the same mirror window. We've beaten them every single round on this. Let's just do the exact same strategy. England going to solid snake his way over to the east balcony. This is why you don't buck open that wall too early, because it literally just gives them lines of sight. Nice flick onto the camera. Places a real meh claymore. And here's the mirror window again. Panari actually looking for a Twitch drone. He's also looking for information right now, banditting the wall, realizing that, hey, probably going to try and Habana it down the corridor. Kanto lurking below inside of the server room. Wilkie poised to drop. Wilkie drops, gets droned out whilst doing it. Shitty timing from his part. And now it's a little bit of a camera destruction game from Shuttle as he's now Buck. And Buck has a big presence downstairs as we saw in the earlier round. You literally just walk up to that server room and just start bucking out walls, and there's very few spots that you can play, and suddenly you need to be more aggressive down there as a roamer, which is why you should always typically want to roam as a duo downstairs so you have more crossfires, and it reduces the number of positions of which a Buck can remove the wall without engaging in a firefight first, which is why you typically want to have a person in customs and inspections and server room, or server room and tellers, or customs inspections and tellers. You know, there's the trifecta down there. Kanto right now inside of customs inspections, and Wilkie inside of server room. So Kanto here can hold the mid room, whilst Wilkie can pulse around with his device. And now the only place that Wilkie can get realistically bucked from is this wall here. Wilkie just needs to be careful and dodge this drone, and Kanto picks up Skies, and this is exactly the crosser I'm talking about. If you're focused on Wilkie, you're not looking at Kanto. Kanto gets the double kill because, hey, there's a Wilkie inside servers, let's go get him. So they sacrificed their 2 roamer hunters for this kill, and in doing so realized that, hey, we either have a choice. We either need to hunt the roamers downstairs and turn this into a 3-on-3, or we need to push the bomb site in a 3-on-2, because there's still people on this mirror window. And now ENCE has made a bit of a switch up. They put the mirror window on the wall facing into archives. That's going to give Shate a little bit of preemptive information. He's not going to be able to pre-fire it from it very well, as Kanto is going to push up the stairs. Kanto kills the Claymore, pushes up the stairs behind them. Kanto picks off Laxing in the back. Shate gets a nitro and a kill, and it all falls down from there. So yeah, a little bit of tunnel visioning from the Elevate lineup led them to really try and focus all of the players on killing Wilkie. It failed dramatically as they failed to find Kanto, even though they knew of his presence in there. He did melee a hole through the wall, and he did get pre-fired through that hole and didn't die. So they knew he was in there, yet they still tried to pigeonhole their way onto Wilkie, which is a big mistake from the Elevate lineup. Everyone who knows, it is common knowledge that if you are a man down, you are more likely to lose the round. And if you are 2 men down, you're probably going to lose the round in a 5v3. It's very unlikely if a team is playing at the peak that they're going to lose a 5-on-3. So Elevate pulling out a new bomb site, once again, Tellers and Bathroom. Tellers and Bathroom typically considered the worst bomb site on this map. It used to be customs and inspections until mirror window became a thing, but now it's Tellers and Bathroom. So they've boarded up the door to what we call checkers, but it's actually just the reception desk. They've castled off the customs and inspection doors and the waiting room doors into the mid corridor. That means that they're allowed to play in this like mid corridor here where Chap is, and it means that they can place this mirror window. And this mirror window is just basically a let's thermite the wall and plant in the thermite. Denia Shate picks off Skies somewhere upstairs, probably crossing between Armory and the Monitor's room. Oh, actually, no, he picked him up through the front door. Lol. Okay. Picked him off in the front door as he was crossing out. That's really unlucky timing from him. Obviously got a little bit caught in the sauce trying to board up that door, and that's going to get him screwed over because of it. And now it's up to Elevate to try and get a frag back sooner, and now here's the big weakness of holding Tellers, which is the bathroom take, which is what it looks like ENCE is about to do. So basically the bathroom take is really simple. You don't subject yourself to very much of the map. You literally push from the ventilation room to the server room to workshop to bathroom, and once you get to bathroom, you win. There is no losing. You literally just put players inside of the vents room, you put players inside of the server room, you push the players out of A, or you frag the players in A, you run a player into A with the diffuser, you plant the diffuser, the player in A just hunkers down, and everyone just chills in this room. The counter to this strategy is being above it. Elevate are not above it. So ENCE are able to easily push this A bomb site here, and there's a million little different variances that you can do to make this just 10 times easier for ENCE. Flashbang goes in, gets picked off immediately. Flashbangs aren't consistent Kanto, you should know this. Either way, it doesn't really matter too much. He's going to get fragged, and here comes the struggling part of this attack. Getting that player out of there, but it doesn't matter because Shatter just walks in and headshots him. And now that they're in A, how do you get someone out of A? You can't. It's literally a door with no destructibility if you're pushing from the B-bomb site. Diffuser gets planted, Laxing's going to push from the flank. He's a 1 versus 3. It is winnable, but it is not likely. Wilkie's holding the cross on his door. Laxing really thinks he's in what we call a Zaronic spot, which is where he got that magical 3k against Vitality. He's not there. Wilkie's going to pull him around the corner, get the frag, wins the game. That is the Teller's counter. It's piss easy. I mean, like, they put a lot of castle barricades as well. A bit of a tip to anyone who's attacking tellers or attacking any bomb site where there are random castle barricades in weird positions that make no sense. Take this from someone who sits in custom games and makes new strategies every single day. If there is a castle barricade in a weird position, it is there for a reason. Get rid of it. Always get rid of castle barricades as you see them. Just make sure you're ready for what's on the other side of it. So the next map is one that I forget.
We have ENCE, who has banned border and not played border a single time this season.
Yo, barricade, thanks to the host bird.
It's almost like they just basically came back and said, we've got hidden strats. We're able to come and play on this map even though you haven't seen us on it before.
I have to be honest, like, not just strats aside, it just came down. I think this map honestly just came down to ENCE being in a really good place in terms of their game.
Excuse me. Sorry, when I talk this much, I get a very dry throat. That's why I go through like 4 of these every like few days.
Special there. There were just no mirror windows, so he kind of walked in, got.
Here's the force choke from Shuttle. Unfortunately, he didn't have unlimited power.
It just comes down to just forceful.
And then Shate gets the team kill, runs inside, tries to trade Chap, whiffs his aim a little bit, and Boonsy gets a riggedy wrecked from the front as he was getting flanked from behind. Kanto Potato.
He was almost able to get that shot, but the pinch from Elevate was there was just phenomenal.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of great.
Here's the rush that I called.
Running in at the right exact moment to
And here's the really good crossfire from Elevate. Basically ensured that he had absolutely no time.
So close.
See, what he must have thought was I had downed the, I think it was the Thermite or whoever that was,
The Habana.
the Habana
Yeah.
through the
Here's the whiffy flashbang. And there's the Rainbow Six logo.
Ultimately, Wilkie just didn't get that clutch. Very close though.
Yeah, if the Habana had been playing a little bit more aggressively there, exposing themselves, then it actually, I think that would have been a Wilkie clutch because you know, you have the Habana get so aggressive, and the guy playing on the balcony, he's gonna be he has to play a slightly aggressive angle. He can't fully passive that hold on the bomb because it can be long armed from like near the window. So he has to deny the cross.
Let's
which
just
means
sort
that
of
Wilkie
angle
can
this so I
do
can
that,
read my chat a little bit better. There we go.
and actually got in that clutch. It's kind of unfortunate.
So Bank is our second map in this best of 3 series.
Alright, so it's Bank. Enough staring at people's faces. Let's get into the game.
Or you have the wall inside of that middle office also looking
Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
I would argue that for open area, maybe a mirror is necessary, but I think on every single bomb site.
Alright, okay, so we're seeing some okay Valkyrie cameras from England. So basically the general concept with Valkyrie cameras, guys, is you want to put them... So if I'm walking through a door, so imagine I'm walking through a door, okay? I'm going through the door. The best place to put the Valkyrie camera is above the door because then I actually have to turn around to see the camera. Who the fuck turns around when they walk through a door to see a camera? So you should always place, like, if you have to place a camera on a wall or in a corner or in a position to see a large span of a room, you always want to put the camera as high as you can or in a weird position or within some clutter on the wall that they would typically enter from, so long as it's not a wall that they will EMP if they have a Thatcher. That is like the weird rule, you could say.
Establish control, or ENCE is going to try to establish control over CEO to start this round off.
Right now we have ENCE attacking Tellers, which was Elevate's first choice. They've gotten themselves into the loan office and the main lobby real quickly with a good droning here. Elevate seem to be spread out amongst the basement and the ground floor. Valkyrie camera immediately spotted by Shate. So that camera there from England was a camera that would have been really good against the team that entered from the cash machine side, the main door. But as he entered from the loan office, he sees it glowing blue in the corner of his eye, and it's immediately removed. So now all they need to do to basically complete this attack trifecta setup is to A, have a player on this corridor here, down here, making sure no one can flank from this direction, having a player upstairs to make sure no one can flank from upstairs, and having your forces here around the teller's desk to get the wall open over here. But right now what ENCE can do is, because they've already gained control of everything they want, they can try and find the players out of sight. And they immediately know, right, okay, 2 in the basement, 3 around the site. So it means they have top floor control, they have elevator control, and now they can have site control if they open up the bomb site. They are running a thermite, so they have that option, and they also are running Habana, so they can do some funky angles as well if they wanted to from the elevator side. The wire's gone here. They need to do a little bit of initial droning to find out what's going on right now. Chap gets injured from above, and Kanto's just going to check his ass, make sure no one's getting picked off, and Boonsy's going to get the kill steal. Boonsy goes for a flick above England's head, real close there. And now here comes ENCE's problem. They're not doing anything with the space they have been given. Elevate making the mistake of giving them much space. Kanto goes aggressive on a position where they don't want to go aggressive from. England gets the nitro because they're going too slow. Boonsy's going to get picked off because he whiffs his aim, and now it's just Wilkie alone on the site. Pinari's going to try and come in for a heroic rescue. Shuttle's going to pick him off there too. I completely forgot that Pinari was alive there. So they had bomb site control at around 1 minute in. All of the defenders had ran into the archives room. They could have easily just sort of run into the bomb site if they had enough drones. They could have drawn the bomb site. Are there cameras? No. Cool. We literally just walk into the bomb site, and you can plant anywhere in the bomb site, because at the end of the day, they can wallbang all they like. That's just complete luck through the archives wall. If they want to get in the room, they have to nitro the wall or go through the door. Well, they didn't have the nitro, so they got to go through the door. So you can plant anywhere in the room. You know, the room is essentially their blank page, and they can do anything with it. But they gave Elevate too much respect. Elevate give ENCE too much room. Kanto's solo push down the elevator corridor towards the open office was a big no-no, a slap on the wrist. That is a too aggressive play. I understand that Kanto wanted to go through essentially like a rotate hole that they may have had inside of the small room inside of open area, but that's a slap on the wrist. Shouldn't be doing that. That is a solo push into undroned territory, and I made a Reddit comment about that, and that is one of the big reasons why they did lose. A lot of solo pushes into undroned territory, and undroned territory as well being a big issue as well. And now we're going downstairs into the first ENCE defense. Fancy phrase. So this is the mirror window that we've been seeing a lot over the past season. The caster's like, oh wow, but this is nothing new. A lot of teams are doing this mirror window as it's safer. With the change to Smoke's grenades, he is unable to actually play inside of the red corridor and throw them over over a kill hole, because he throws them too far now. So obviously to fix that, you go further back so you can still get that arc trajectory into the room. And that mirror window ensures that you are essentially safe because it acts like a shield. Mirror windows are bulletproof. And now we have Laxing immediately into the dirt tunnel, and Panari and Wilkie pulsing him out. They know he's here, they have nitros ready, and Laxing knows that if he does anything here, he is screwed, so he needs to go away right now. He's putting no pressure on these players whatsoever. All of the cards are in ENCE's hands in that position if he's pushing it alone, especially if the hatch above them in the server room, in the skylight here where England is going to, if that is not open, then they can play in there all day. And now Kanto, a bit of a solo roam up here, and this is what Kanto does best. Literally stands still, does nothing for 2 minutes, and then runs around the room in the last minute, killing everyone. That's his play style. That's how he plays. Gets droned out, whiffs the drone, gets the drone. And now he's going to get hunted down by Jackal and a Buck. Buck up here is very powerful, going to drone the room before he bucks it. That's a good idea, so he gets an idea of where to look at where he bucks from. But it doesn't matter because Kanto's decided to run away. He's getting echo pinged, I imagined, and now he's dipped downstairs. And now Elevate really kind of delaying the round right now. Even though the hatches are getting open, they haven't really done very much with the time that they've been given. They should have had the wall open downstairs in server already. They should have already been pressuring for nitros and smoke grenades. At this point in the round, I'd almost say it's too late. Pranari has nitro, Wilkie has nitro, Wilkie sits in gold with the device on this plant spot, and you should be able to immediately nitro him. The smoke grenade goes off, Chap immediately runs away because he hears the nitro velcro, and Shate has somehow been allowed to rotate up this staircase. The fact that no one was watching the staircase is a huge what the fuck. Fortunately for Skies, he gets the kill, and then Skies goes way too aggressive on Boonsy here. And the rest of the Nitro team is still inside of the gold vault, and Boonsy is out of smoke, so the plant can go down, but Wilkie's going to vault through because both of the players that are aggressing in the bomb site look towards the door, and of course the last player has to hold the diffuser as time is running out. So Elevate both look left and Wilkie comes out the right side. That's basically what happened that round. It was a little bit of a whoopsie from Elevate. If they had a players holding left and right, Wilkie probably would have had to fight an aim duel and had the potential to lose it, which would have allowed Elevate to get the plant and potentially win the round. You know, it's small things like that that can really decide a round.
And then just stretch that man lead so much back into their advantage.
I think what happened there, the biggest missed opportunity or biggest mistake that Elevate made was after Skies got that kill onto Shate inside of the open area, he misplaced his footing and he fell through the drop hatch, and so he just had to go for the rush into the locker room, and that unfortunately led to his death, and there was no more top floor coverage.
I think it might have actually been an intentional push from Skies. I think he was trying to maintain that momentum. Say, all right, we got this kill. Let's just go. Let's force it out now. But you're right. It would have been
Excuse me, sorry. My throat just gets really dry. Alright, so we're seeing the double mirror window facing the A wall right now. I mean, it's pretty interesting right now. The bank meta, that is. It does change a little bit with every season. Obviously, it's gotten a little bit stale with Operation Health. No new operators to kind of shake the map up. And I think Bank generally gets hit the hardest with new operators that get introduced. Habana obviously kind of killed the map. Excuse me. Habana essentially killed the map, and then Mira kind of saved it a bit. Excuse me, guys, sorry. A little bit of indigestion. And now here comes the elevator strat. I really like this, what Elevate does here. Laxing is going to play in the elevator, and he has barbed wire in front of him and barbed wire to the right of him. If he hears the shuffle, the rustle, or the melee noise, he peeks out and gets a kill and trades himself 1-for-1, or escapes if there's no one else there with the attacker. ENCE's big problem throughout the whole best of 3 was they did not drone properly. Laxing will go unnoticed every single time he is in this elevator, and he is always in a prime position to flank and deliver kills, and he always delivers kills. So ENCE shoot themselves in the foot, poor droning, Boonsy's holding the peak here, Skies peeks out, gets baited, typical stuff. We see this pretty much from every single bank play. Skies falls for the old 1-2 baitaroo. Kanto holding the flank right now, Shuttle playing in the next room beyond him, and Laxing is relaxing in the elevator. Oh yeah, and this Valkyrie camera also fucking helps him a lot. He can just chill there all day. And now everything's going to slow down as the hatches get open, the defenders get themselves into their final positions. Wilkie needs to get the wall open on the server wall so they can go for plants and start baiting out nitros and smoke grenades. Typically, as a rule of thumb with Bank, that if you are not in server with the server wall open and baiting those smokes with a minute left on the clock, you are going to lose the round. So Shate here is going to try and put a little bit of a pincer pressure on right now. He knows that the smokes could probably going to be playing inside of the B here. Opens up the red corridor. Now this red corridor does not deny the smokes, but what it does deny is the nitro. The nitro is the deadly one. The smoke is the delayer. The nitro on a player is bad. Laxing, what a surprise, gets a double kill above because no one knows where the fuck he is. Shuttle gets a pick as well, and there's a push from... what? Okay, Wilkie just potatoed real hard there. Laxing gets a 4K. He picks up Shatte in the back as he goes to an aggressive push. Wilkie drops the hatch, and then rushes towards the corridor and dies for it. And that is Elevate playing their time very wisely. Laxing jumping out just as they were about to go for their push, gets a double kill, forces everyone else to go aggressive, and they get picked off on the ensuing chaos, essentially.
Because, I mean, ENCE didn't even have a chance to execute their attack. Most of their strategy was they set themselves up to attack, and they were positioning themselves to make that push actually happen. They were going for their explosive take, but they just didn't get the opportunity because of Laxing's aggressive, well-timed push onto their flank.
Alright, okay, so now we're looking at the A defense. The A defense. The Tellers and Archives defense. We're looking at a fuse from Elevate, so they have done their research. They know ENCE defend this bomb site as a secondary site, so the fuse really does make sense. So, if you're looking at this lineup, immediately from Elevate side, they have a goal in mind, and it is obvious. Get fuse upstairs. Fuse shit. That is the strat. And what proves this even more is Shuttle's drone being discovered. Now, the second drone that we just saw from Chapstick inside of the main lobby as Thermite means that they are probably aiming to fuse Archives, plant Tellers. Playing inside of Tellers is very, very difficult because there's so very few places to play. You can play close to the door on the right. You can... God damn it, Spectator. You can play close to the door on the right. You can play behind the little shelving unit in the beyond the room. There's a shelving unit or a filing cabinet on the left side you can play behind, but that's a little bit of a one and done spot. You can play close to the reinforcements until it's open, and that's it. And opening that reinforcement kills 2 of the 4 positions. Removing the barbed wire on the door removes 1 of the 2 positions remaining, leaving you with 1 position, and the 1 position is very, very viable. It's being rushed, leaving you with no positions. So we have Kanto here clearing drones. Kanto in this position is very strong if they don't have any nades in that corner, and it allows Kanto to have a lot of dominating presence over these windows, as window fights are absolute ass if you're the guy on the window typically. Skies right now playing just right here. If I'm Skies, I'm ashing that wall right now because we know Kanto's inside of there, and if someone picks the window at the same time the wall gets ashed, Kanto's going to be looking at the ash charge and not at the window. Sky's going to pick up Panari as he goes for an aggressive push. His shuttle pushes through the trading room. Wilkie, not even flashed, not even bothered, not even flashed, not even bothered. Skies looks in, looks close right to the trash bag, not going to see anyone there, Skies buddy, and gets picked off right then and there. Kanto still alive, still somehow inside of this main room right now. And now it's all down to Shuttle to provide the results. Valkyrie playing inside of the janitor's closet, Kanto dancing around the quadruple windows. Nade going to come out, not cooked really too hard enough to do any decent damage, going to push people around, flicks to Kanto, but Kanto's going to get picked first. Here's a sprinting from Chap. Chap gets picked off, that's diffuser down, and that's pretty much the round over for Elevate. Laxing here going to real struggle. Notice how Laxing has changed off the angled grip on his Stature AR-33. Kanto gets spotted, gets killed, never mind. Laxing does the old... So Laxing somehow wins that gunfight, probably the angled grip not being on his gun anymore. Now it's Laxing versus the world, and going to peek down the hole, see if you can find anything, but at this point of the round, Laxing's only choice here is to go for kills. He can't get the diffuser this time, he has to push the bomb site. Barbed wire is still in there, he's getting flanked and smoked out. Wilkie should get the kill here. Chate peeks around the corner and gets the kill.
A nice try there from Laxing, almost managed to salvage that round, but unfortunately, one too many people peeking him at one given time.
Yo, Livin. No, buddy. I did a vote. Your guys' game came second, I think.
A complete slugfest between these teams. Now, we've actually not had one successful attack so far on this map, I believe. It's been entirely defensive sided.
Correct.
No matter what bomb site we've ended up going to. So this is going to be the same
And now
for
we're
the
on to the
side
next
on
round.
border. On border, ENCE was the
Yo,
team
soft
that
game.
managed to
Thanks to
win
Bitsman.
Armory first, and because of that victory on Armory, they managed to put themselves in such a lead that they could cascade it into a win. Now, whichever one of these two teams manages to win their first
Oh
win
boy,
here,
here's the
that's
infamous
going to
round.
be
Here is the infamous round. Okay, so right now,
the other
England
team
has made a
doc
new
is a little
meta
bit different from
by
what we are used to
accidentally
seeing in the
picking
current meta. The slower operators are less
Doc
so. I think
Shotgun.
if you're gonna, what the heck? We're a Doc with a shotgun?
Hey,
Okay, so I mean, Doc is a little bit different, right? He's a variation, but Doc with a shotgun is completely
this is
abnormal.
the first time we've ever
It
seen,
is
I
confirmed
think in
Bandit
history,
and Jaeger have
ever
lost
with
their
a shotgun
ACOGs.
in Pro League.
There's
Can you
Doc
even grip
Shotgun,
that?
not with wire,
There's no grip
but
on
with a
it.
shield
They
as
have
well,
no
so...
grip on there from England if you're gonna
I
be
think
going
right
against
now
a team
England is
like
memeing it up
Armory.
with his team. He has no skins, no attachments on the things. He probably wanted to switch to the P90 and went the wrong way, because the MP5 is in the middle, P90 is on the left, shotgun's on the right, if my
So
memory
again, so
serves me
the
correctly.
thing about Doc
I don't fucking
is
know.
if you're gonna be anchoring hard on the bomb site, which is how Elevate
Did I
has
spill
been
water?
rolling
God damn, I
already. They've
spilled
been
water.
very hard anchoring inside the bomb site, not really pushing
Do I
out
do this
towards
often?
top
I do it every now and
control
then.
like we saw ENCE do in the previous round.
It really
So
hurts
if
my
you're gonna be
throat
doing
once
that
I'm
Doc
done, so
play,
I
sort
only
of
typically do
strategy,
one
you
every
have to
few
Doc
weeks, but I'm
heal
doing
up your teammates
one
and
again
then
tomorrow,
go
so I'm going to
when
be
your
fucking dead in
options
the
are
throat. I
going
might do it in the
low and
afternoon.
salvage them
I might do the
with
grand
that.
finals analysis in the
Now,
afternoon, so I have a
I will
chance to
say the
recuperate for
one
the evening stream.
caveat that I saw to Elevate changing it up and bringing the dock instead of the pulse is the fact that you're going to have that less information. You're
So
not
right
going to know
now,
exactly
it's
what that
just going to be
force
the
is going to
info
look like
game for
anyway
ENCE. They have to
from that
find
side.
out
So it's
exactly
more
how they want to
information
attack
per
this bomb
shuttle
site.
relaxing to
Well,
try to get that
And
point.
typically the
ENCE
first
is
few
building up a
minutes
team that
of
is
bank are
really
really,
good. They've
really
got
dull.
tools,
People
strats,
droning
and
and what
trainings and
the...
places to hide Valkyrie cameras. Unfortunately, in this instance, ENCE has
I can
far
think of
too
a few
many
better
locked
camera
Valkyrie
placements,
cameras.
guys.
But in a
So
lot of
yeah,
cases,
bad
using
communication here right now.
Valkyrie
Wilkie
cameras
can just
independently,
go
even
kill that camera with
remotely,
his Twitch
will
drone.
struggle to find them.
ENCE not
So
coordinating
there's
that
less
very well or
information gathering
communicating that very
really, but
well.
I guess
Elevate
Elevate just trying
typically
to figure
favoring to
things
put
out.
the roamers in the basement,
Now,
and
last, this is
Kanto's
going to be at the top
Kanto
floor
sense is
area
tingling. He
and
knows that something's
Kanto
up right now.
keeping an
He has
eye
a
out for
hunch that there
Wilkie
is
getting
a
pushed into the top floor.
American
Well,
man
an
around the
attack on
corner
this bomb
playing a
site
German.
last time was they came from the main lobby almost entirely
This Valkyrie
around
camera
the
here
vertically, but only with the ash.
is better placed in the other corner to the right hand side of it, because it allows you to see the door, it allows you to see people rotating in, and it allows you more importantly to see people rotating towards the vending machine in the corridor. Wilkie's standing on a desk, so he can't be nitroed from below. That's very important, guys. If you're playing the vertical game, stand on a desk if you've got to do anything other than look down through the floor. Flashbangs are always really good to throw through that door. It means he can't get pushed whilst he's doing this. He's going to open up that behind the little room there, as England somehow memes his way to kill Kanto.
Shuttle. However, there is that shotgun from England, and that's
And now Skies and Laxing have realized that there is a gaping hole in this defense. The Valkyrie camera has allowed them the information that there is no one holding what we call the long corridor. And Wilkie's going to peek out and get riggedy wrecked by the double kill. Double peek, beg pardon. And now they have top floor control, so all of these kill holes that they've made above will work against them if they go for the plant. It's a 3 versus 5 situation. Somehow Shate has made his way into the bomb site as the meme dreamer is going to be shotgunning through the wall, and now he's going to go for an ape duel with the shotgun and somehow gets the double kill, almost gets the triple kill, and the round is over because the roamers come from behind. Look at these two. Look at these two giggling over here. This guy here chose the fucking shotgun. These two memeing it up.
But honestly, overall, just continuing the current theme on this map and winning their defenses, winning their defenses, winning their defenses. So again, it's going to come down to the team that can pull away from that. If Elevate right now win on attack, that's putting them on match point. Of course, that's going to be an advantageous position. But
By the way, guys, these PCs are for show. These aren't actually plugged into anything. Just thought I'd let you know.
So it really just comes down to whoever wins their first attack. If we don't see anyone win an attack round,
It's all for
fourth until we get to overtime match point.
Yep. So we are going to have ENCE pick up downstairs.
it's all for sponsorship stuff.
Like we said, this has always gone in favor of the
Any ACOGs added? The old news. Yeah, old news. No ACOGs added to any of the old operators.
It would be much. Obviously, you don't want to give a team like Elevate a third match.
Supposed to pick Valk, then Shuttle picked it, and he panicked. And okay, fair enough.
Then they're going to be very happy moving into those semis.
Yeah, for those of you that are just joining in now, this is map
Fair
number
enough.
2. The first map that was played was chosen by Elevate, but won by ENCE. and that was on
Yeah, that
point
is
for no
true,
apparent
Alex.
number
These
of seconds.
guys are
One
playing
round
on
in
LAN
front of
build.
ENCE, which means that ENCE can come
Basically,
back
what
and take
happens is you
advantage of that
essentially
and go
type
all the
into a
way
server the
to
name of
go
your
away with this victory.
your
All we
character,
need
and
here
then
is
pop,
2-0.
it automatically generates an account for you
Both of
with
these
literally
teams
everything in the game on it.
always been elevated
I know for a
favorites
fact
on
that
this
these
stage.
guys
They've been to every LAN event
have
so
access
far.
to skins and
They still have
charms that they're not
really
allowed
good
to use because it was
growth
the same thing for us when we
potential
were
in
playing. We
LAN
had all of
that
the new
has
skins,
existed since day
but
one on these
we were
TNA
told
events.
to
You
do
see
not
all
use
these
the new
players,
skins.
but
They
as
are a
they grow,
secret.
there's a lot of
Don't
pressure
tell
on
anyone.
their shoulders to win
And I
these
thought it was really
tournaments.
funny that
Big
The
cities like
Brazilians were using
Brasilia,
some of the new skins
all
when they
the
played.
teams here have that same pressure. All of them are being looked to as a team who is slotted to win. Here we see the Panari and Wilkie combination yet
So there's a
again.
Nitro. That's
Oh,
why you
and
don't
one
go
for
there
two.
alone.
Corner
Laxing
versus
has no
tower. That's what I'm
pressure.
talking about. Threading into the heart of
Laxing,
the
sorry,
opponent's
puts
game.
on
Very much
absolutely
a big
no
threat
pressure when
early
he's
on.
alone in
Able to
that
keep it
tunnel.
tossed out.
And
He goes
especially
back
if
to
that
the
hatch
elevate.
above them is
Another
still
the kill there
closed,
on the Laxing.
Laxing is a lamb to the slaughter
Into that
to a
kill
well
to the
placed
right.
Nitro,
Would
like
he have
that.
denied it
That's
to
why
the
you never
Lance?
really want to
There was
push someone
nothing
up
for
the
him to
dirt tunnel through
detonate.
the sewer
And this
until
is
you
where he
have that
does
hatch
start to
open
try and run
and you
away
need to
from things
remove
that
someone from
initially
behind the
maybe he
server
didn't
rack.
have.
Kanto's been
But
spotted
I
out.
feel like if Laxing
But
didn't
right
get that
now,
one there,
Shuttle
he
and
actually could have gotten
Skies,
caught
the
in
Roma
that.
Hunters, are a little
Now
bit
Canto
pressed
was
here
spotted
because
out
they
by
have
both
lost a lot
their
of
leaders by
pressure
Shuttle
on taking the
Driller
server
and
room, and
Z.
now they make to make the
Looking
decision:
to try to
do
collapse
they
on
want
him.
Kanto or do they want servers? And it looks like they
Because
want
of that
Kanto.
offensive
So
part of the
basically,
role
they're
for
devoting
Panari,
two
though,
players to try and
ENCE
kill
will
one
need to
player.
continue to
Panari is
push
obviously really
and put
injured,
themselves
but
in this
he's
position.
basically lost his
Kanto
C4 and
still going
basically.
pretty deep, but
Stop
Skies
saying
has been able
basically,
to
Jesus
understand that
Christ.
this is what Kanto did last time they were defending the
Kanto
base.
is
Kanto at the moment, he knows he's in a
baiting
spot
pretty
here.
hard right
He
now.
also knows that he
Panari
can't take over
is
that elevate.
useless on the
He's
bomb
really
site.
going to
He
be
is
lost.
just a
So he's going to
body.
stay up
He
there
has
to make it
basically
good
no.
time to push onto him because there is only a minute 10 left to go. And England's trying to come down these server stairs, opens up the
He is
door.
a lamb to the
Now he
slaughter in this
will
room, and he
have to
knows
defend the
it.
heavy Valkyrie.
So
Panari
now
does not.
he's going to sit behind the server rack and
And there's no one on
sacrifice
shore.
himself for
Panari still gets
information.
the kill there onto
He should not
Laxing.
live here and gets
However,
picked off
there's
by
the
Skies
crossfire.
really
Skies
quickly.
comes on in and picks
And
him
at
off.
that point, he knows he's going to die. He's no
Now
Nitro,
ENCE
no
server
health, so
kill.
he is
Luckily
useless
for
in the
Wilkie,
grand
They
scheme of
did
the
get
strategy.
the
So he's being used as a
Shate
time waste and a
along
time
with
bait.
Panari. However, honestly,
And it didn't really waste too much time, but 45 seconds on the clock, and they're only just getting the wall open as Skies picks off Kanto as well in the room.
Yep, and Shuttle
Right
there.
now,
That was
technically,
not the
Elevate,
best
even though there's only 30
Wilkie
seconds left on the round, they should be
there by
well
Skies.
within their
They got
favor to
him
lose
there.
this round.
And now this
Smoke is
minute
alive, and there are
versus
2
one.
Nitros on the bomb
ENCE
site.
going forward
And
straight into the
somehow
laser.
they
The
get
plan of
the
the smoke
diffuser planted.
unsuccessful.
That is
Will
the
take out the
completely
player.
bizarre thing about this
Chatche,
round. That
amazingly, his game
should
plan
not
still down.
happen.
That must have just been a little bit of a delayed smoke, and unfortunately for ENCE, they now have the clock against them. 3-on-3,
So
3-on-2
Shatter
now. Will he
somehow
get
picks
one?
off Shuttle,
Is it really?
peeking
Does
off the
Skies
wrong
go down?
side. Skies is going to
No,
retake the
England
position
gets
and play
spotted
it a
on the
little
server
bit
stairs side there. Wilkie
passively.
goes down.
Wilkie gets
Laxing
picked off by
pushing
a
hard now.
Claymore,
Juggo.
and
England
now
gets
it's
up on the
suddenly a
server
2
stairs.
versus
Boots
1
is
in a round that
just
should
trying to
have been
overcome.
lost by
There's a
ENCE,
threat around to get
was
killed off. There's
goofed
another Nitro
around
in. Shate comes around. Looking
by
for three. Definitely buying
Elevate.
the time here. Shate's gonna
And
get
of
this
course,
round.
we have to
Looking
give
to take
Shate
the
some
lead right
credit.
now.
Shate
It's
is
over.
one of those
Defensive play.
players who
One,
is very good at
four,
clutching
boom.
and basically
And
brings
ENCE
home
gets
this
the
team the
cover.
round
What
by
a
basic.
clutch there by
Stop
ENCE.
saying basically.
Shate, we've talked about it in the past. Shate
Shate
is that
basically.
clutch
Fuck.
master
I keep
on this
catching
team,
myself
and he's
say it.
honestly one of the best clutch players
Shate carried that
in the
round.
Pro League as a whole. I mean, we saw in the highlight reel for the team that clutch against Supremacy, 1 versus 5 with Pulse. He's got so many other clutches that are amazing, notched into his belt, and that's just another one to add.
He's got to get a bigger belt.
Yeah. Now this is ENCE right there. Because they won that specific round, they are continuing their ability. Like that is pretty much exclusively what is going to allow them to keep going for
God damn
winning
it,
this round.
Zilchi.
If they had lost that, I think it would have fallen. It would have seeped from their fingers, and they would have been able to recover it. And now they absolutely can.
So with
Alright, okay,
this
so,
round, or with the previous
say
round in
essentially.
favor of ENCE, that momentum, especially in that circumstance, I think
I'll
was
try my
very
best. Right,
important
okay.
to ENCE, and we
So we're
know
defending
that.
downstairs right now, and Elevate looks to be running the exact same strategy, based upon this mirror window they're placing, and Chap is also angling himself towards the place's second mirror window. So it looks like it's going to be a very, very similar strategy. Obviously, this mirror window right here provides a shield for England, who's going to be able to throw a long arm smoke, and the arc of it means that it's going to land in front of the reinforcement just here. God, whenever I try and bring my mouse to do pointer this stuff.
Now we are gonna have all members from ENCE, all 5
Okay,
starters here in
so
the
all
match.
5 ends spawn at alleyway. This is basically you can You can do this. You can really get screwed over if you don't really respect the team enough to like maybe do spawn kills. Either way, end spawn there is a 5, and it looks like they really want to get control of the open office. Jumping in this window is very dangerous if you don't know there's kill holes on the right side. The hatch has been peppered but not open, so it looks like a bit of a failed shotgun blast. We have Laxing once again playing the elevator, and Shuttle providing crossfire support inside of the teller's room. So this is the exact same strategy that they played before, and the pinnacle point of this strategy is that Laxing goes unnoticed, and what do you know? Memory serves right, Laxing goes unnoticed because they never droned that part of the map.
Plus, they have a unified idea here. I mean, it's going to be the same kind of take for ENCE. They're going to try and open up the drop downs, maintain control over a cafeteria, an open area, and then just kind of pressure onto the bomb site.
So they know where Shuttle is.
Same as what we saw happen from Elevate last round.
Wow.
That's a bulletproof.
Wallbang there onto Shuttle, who's now going to creep on over from
Never mind, angle was wrong.
Cantor's gonna try to chase
Oh wait, no, it wasn't. Yeah, that's a bulletproof wall. He wouldn't have headshot him.
To the right, it would have been a kill.
It wouldn't have been a kill. It's a bulletproof wall. Kanto, some pretty bad ashbangs. Not really going to be a big detriment for him anyway. They know Shuttle's in there. He's being droned out constantly. A little bit too close to comfort there on Kanto, and there goes your thermite. That's the problem with pushing with your thermite, and now Shuttle's trade is completely worth it. Now ENCE need to choose hatches or server wall, and hey, look, Laxing's still chilling in the elevator. Panari is making his way downtown, walking fast, and he's dead. And Laxing's still chilling here. Kanto going to prepare to drop some well-placed flashbangs as Boonsy and Kanto need to make a big play. And hello, Laxing makes himself known, and he picks off a double kill again. What a surprise. And that's why it's really important to drone the rest of all these nooks and crannies, and Skies picks up Shate and elsewhere. And the funny part is that ENCE don't even realize he's in there. All they know is that he came from the elevator corridor. They didn't know he was in the elevator. So he can, if he wanted to, if this goes to the third time defensive basement, he could play there again for a third time. That's 4 kills. 4 kills he got just from jumping out of the elevator. 6 kills in total in 2 rounds just on flanking. As a roamer, that is like roamer porn. Trading, like not even trading yourself, just getting 6 kills as a roamer through 2 rounds is way, like, that is way above the quota of what you're supposed to get. Oh, close.
This is Shuttle's first LAN, by the way. It is Shuttle's first LAN. It's his first Pro League, I believe, also. This is like his first... He's brand new to this. So, a lot of props to Shuttle for putting in as much work as he has on... I mean, just honestly, a great first show.
It's almost like we're seeing Adam for the first time in Season 1, where he just put on a wonderful show.
Yeah, he did a really good job for his first
Have ENCE always had this bad droning? You see, I don't really know. Whenever we've scrimmed them in the past, the droning has always been decent, you know. It's a good droning, you know. There are teams with worse droning skills in Pro League right now than ENCE, but it seems that LAN, they just seem to choke a little bit. So what Skies is doing here is he's doing the balcony walk. Like, he basically can use that to vault over onto the roof, so he doesn't need to do the rappel animation. Pretty crafty little use of the vault prompts right there. Basically, almost everything in the game has a vault prompt, and you just need to be able to find the correct angle or height to find it, and Laxing gets the first kill on Kanto. So Kanto playing really predictably as earlier inside of these rooms here. They learnt from the mistakes last time as a really good adaptation. They had a lot of issues with Kanto bullying people on the windows when they want to try and gain control of that upstairs site. So instead of rotating a thermite there or an ash there or a buck there, you just put your Blackbeard there and just straight up challenge him on the windows, catches him completely with his pants down, making kill holes through the floor, and that's going to be the end of his round.
So we are going to have a push in from that main lobby. You can already see England progressing on forward to the front of Tellers, tosses out an EMP, gets rid of those charges, and that's likely going to allow Chapstick to get on up there.
You see Skies trying to establish the top 4 control. They still have to deal with Panari, but Panari's being droned out right
And now
now.
Panari's being pressured from all fronts. Right now he's got a player from the spiral stairs, a player from the janitor side, and Sky's almost pushed him through the meeting room door. He gets basically 1v3 sandwiched and screwed. Shate is going to make it a little less harsh as someone goes too aggressive on the side door. And now England's off the clock, and that means that if the walls are banditted, then they can't be opened. Wilkie playing a little bit of a lurker roamer role right now. He's going to try and sneak his way up the elevator staircase. Obviously not being too aggressive there as Shate makes this round a little less difficult on his team. He's going to hip fire through the floor and gets the kill, and Wilkie gets the kill on Sky's going too aggressive but trades himself 1-for-1. And right now Shate is carrying the shit out of this round. Both players repel vault over the side. He bugs back over, fortunately for Chap. And now they need to make a choice. They need to move somewhere and they need to do something different. And Shate, putting the team on his shoulders right now, going to go for an amazing flank, and he's going to pick them off from the side. And that's exactly how it needs to be from Shate. Like, if his team has any chance of winning this round, one player needs to go big, and Shate is the one with the biggest flashy plays. You know, a lot of people put Kanto on the pedestal as being an amazing player, which no doubt he is a very good player. Shate is the clutch master, and he's going to bring his team out of a real shit situation into an almost round-winning location. And Laxing's going to throw in some flashbangs real deep right now. No one's going to get flashed. And now he pulls the Deagle out, and that's his big mistake. Pulling the Deagle out there forfeits the round immediately. He needs to pull out his rifle and go for the frags. He needs to basically sprint in the room, kill one, flick to the other. That's his only chance of winning the round right there. Unfortunately, pulling out the Deagle means it's a default loss.
That Elevate seems to have the round in the bag on attack has been just completely come back on by ENCE so far. I mean, we saw that attack onto the basement, now onto the Teller's Archives, where Elevate has every advantage. They've got the man advantage, they've got the vertical control, they've got everything going in their favor, and then just Shate stepping up and saying no.
I am not a Sledge Smoke main, by the way. I am a Habana Bandit Valkyrie Mute Castle main. Mira. Sometimes Smoke.
Which means that if the trend keeps going, it's going to go ENCE wins this round, Elevate wins the next.
And Jaeger. I'm
I'm
Flex. I'm the Flex on defense.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but ENCE has had great luck on all of the bomb sites. Yeah. The thing is, like, no matter where they're defending, like on Clubhouse, I'd be 100% behind that statement because, like, you're defending the basement and then you got bar.
I played Smoke in Season 3, but that's almost a year ago now. And I played Sledge last season, but not this season. I mean, Season 1. In Season 2, I played... Sledge, and then I switched... I was like Ash, and then I switched off of it to Sledge. I don't really remember. It's not really relevant.
How much time can Cantor push and steal from Elevate?
So we have Laxing once again in the death pit. He's going to slowly push his way, or at least try and not do something silly and get himself killed early. He's holding a really passive angle, expecting someone to run out right now, and now he gives up on it. This is exactly what Laxing should be doing. He shouldn't be contesting this angle so early into the round. Wilkie right here has all of the cards in his hand with his pulse device. It's like a wall hack, essentially. There's absolutely no way that Laxing can ever push this and live. The hatch needs to be opened above, and until then, Laxing is just wasting time. Laxing could be helping on the roam push for Kanto. He can rappel up to those windows again on the CEO office, and just rappel down later and drop down the tunnel. And now the hatch is open, so now Laxing can push inside. So in that time, Laxing can be doing a lot of different things. He could be droning for his team. He could be drone hunting for Kanto. And now, for the first time, Elevate have gotten control of server room with more than a minute left on the clock. And this is exactly what you need to do when trying to play Bank. You need this room control quickly, and you need to be baiting the plant as fast as possible. Force the nitro charges. Force this nitro charge from Panari right now. Breaks the Blackbeard shield. Worth it. Goes immediately for the plant afterwards. And Skies gets picked off from above, and then another nitro goes out elsewhere. The diffuser gets plant dropped for some reason. as Wilkie's going to come in for the coverage, and now Chap can. Oh my God, he shot the gas canister out the air. Okay, so either way, ENCE right now are a man up. At least that's got to count for something. And Elevate there could have probably gotten the diffuser planted a little bit earlier, but either way, they have it. And now Shuttle is going to get taken down above from Kanto, whiffs his shots on him, and the rest of the rest of ENCE's Roma crew has now can now roam upstairs and essentially take control of the site from above as Laxing gets one, Laxing gets another, Panari gets another, and now it's Kanto on a 1 versus 2. Kanto going for a bit of pre-fire, and Laxing takes an unusual angle.
150%. That round was Laxing, ladies and gentlemen.
So yeah, Laxing just carried the round for his team right there. A little bit of whiffing here and there from...
Denied the smoke grenade. If that smoke grenade had been detonated,
oh, I wonder what they're talking about.
maybe the defuse point would have gone down, because I think it was a little bit late, but we definitely would have seen the thermite die to it.
Well, it was ironic enough that right after that plant got down,
I wonder what that was about. Either way, that round was whiffing. It was a combination. It was two things. So it was ENCE whiffing on the retake of top floor and Laxing.
I don't know how many times you actually see a gas grenade shot in midair like we just saw Laxing do.
I mean, he saved the round by picking off all those players. Like shooting the smoke grenade was like a really cool, flashy, wow. But Chapstick still could have easily gotten the plant off through that smoke grenade if he'd stuck it. He probably would have taken 2 or 3 ticks at most, 20, 30 HP. It's not that much. He could have easily survived within the smoke and gotten himself to safety. In fact, the smoke grenade probably would have given him some smoke cover. Laxing and killing the smoke grenade probably actually hurt his team more than letting it actually hurt Chapstick a little bit.
But we are going to be rehosting it up. It's just a little bit of a mistake there with the overtime rules on the host, and we were going to get that back underway soon for you guys.
Yeah, and so this again is map number 2. We're still going to finish this off on bank. It's 5-4 in favor of Elevate. And that means they are 1 round away from taking this to the 3rd map, which is Cafe.
It's 5-4, and
let's check chat. Meepy, where are you from? I'm from England. Is Zarnik still on Pedux? No. Zarnik announced his departure earlier today.
Come close twice and been retaken on by ENCE, but ENCE hasn't really, as on when in terms of their attacks.
With who was Wilkie talking with? Wilkie was talking with BK201, the head administrator for ESL Pro League Europe. So on one side of the room is BK201 behind the European teams, and you have Vets to Vets, which is this man here. Okay, this is BK. He's the admin, as it states here. And the other side of the room is Vets to Vets, who is the head NA Pro League admin.
We'll just talk about this for a moment, because this is the first time Rainbow Six has been at Gamescom, to my recollection. Nonetheless, the Pro League final.
So we have a rehost going on. Let's just skip through. There we go.
Throughout this entire map, and they are going to actually. They may change it, but right now, ladies and gentlemen, it's staff room open area. That is the first time we will see open area.
So now we're going into staff room and open area. Did I just accidentally skip around? Just go double check. Okay, no.
Bathroom tellers, and it completely lost them the map. I mean, their hold on bathroom.
Who's the top admin? BK. BK is the top admin. So we have the double impact grenades going onto this wall here right now. That means the mirror window here can see this window and has a little bit of crossfire from it, which means if one window gets opened, it's not the end of the world. You can still play behind the closed window.
They have complete option. They can go wherever they want. Basement, tellers, CEO, or open area. And
so this open area strategy has a few flaws, and I will go through them when we see how this whole thing gets put into place. So right now, the way the Penta plays this is that they play 3 or 4 people upstairs with a lot of crossfires to help defend their hatches for as long as possible. And that allows them to seriously control the flow of the bomb site and essentially keep it on a timed basis. Where the rounds that teams will lose attacking this will be based around time and not through frags.
Kanto's going to be looking like he's coming in either from the bottom of a garage or hopped on top of the vent unit where we see Boonsy rappelling down from and going up to. Which means
and it looks like ENCE pretty much don't give a shit about taking top floor. It looks like they're really trying to get control of the downstairs non-bomb site areas first, whilst rotating upstairs and leading by drones. This will hopefully give them a little bit of control of the map in sense of the way that a liquid always tries to morph itself to fill the shape it's been put into. This is exactly how ENCE are playing this right now. They're entering from the west, and they are trying to move their way across and gain control periodically of the rooms across the building. Basement is pretty much out of the question for this. They only really need to hold one rotation up from it, and they don't really need to hold it because pushing up that staircase is dangerous. So we'll have to see how the rest of this round goes out. Wilkie acting like a little bit of a pinch pin right now, but he's not really going to get to pinch anything as top floor has been left completely uncontested. And here is where the strategy really starts to go downhill for Elevate, because the hatches are open and there's no pressure right now. They have a 2 people peeking this hatch and they go for a 1-for-1 trade right now. And this is where Mira should be going for the Nitro, gets the kill into Blackbeard. And this is where everything goes downhill for ENCE. They had all of the marbles and then they dropped the bag of marbles and it spilled everywhere. And now it's all gone wrong. So it was a 2-for-1 trade and a Nitro. Laxing's going to try and trade some shots towards someone else, but it doesn't. Kanto finds Chap inside of the bomb site, but Shuttle gets the refrag onto Shate. The castle barricade's going to get open, and here is the big problem. It's 2-on-3 right now. Wilkie is busy rotating to the window alone. Kanto is going to solo push into the bomb site, whilst Wilkie makes his entrance from the other side. He gets a good prediction, but he tries to preserve his momentum by the frag. Wilkie isn't even in the window yet. Wilkie didn't even enter the window yet, and Kanto had already pushed into the room. He gets picked off, leaving Wilkie in a 1-versus-1 against a player he has absolutely no idea where he is. So Wilkie jumps in through the window, which is death sentence. It is a straight up death sentence. So right then and there, Wilkie made the mistake of pushing through a window when he could have pushed through the kitchen door. Pushing through the kitchen door would have been 10 times better than the window, because he doesn't need to do a vault animation or a vault prompt. He can jiggle peek the corner, he can pre-fire things a lot better. When you vault, you're stuck in the animation. Kanto goes aggressive on the other side, dies first, gets stuck in an animation, dies because of it. That is teamwork and coordination slipping a little bit from the ENCE lineup, and that lets Elevate win the round 6-4. This victory was a combination of individual play, Laxing obviously carrying a couple of rounds or two. With that, well, actually, he carried 3 rounds. He carried the 2 rounds that he was able to go undetected inside of the elevator, and he carried the round on Blackbeard as well, which allowed them 3 rounds. If you take 3 rounds away, then ENCE probably would have won. But then you have to take into account all of ENCE's mistakes as well. On top of this, they didn't drone very well. A lot of solo pushes from Kanto costed them a couple of rounds. Potato aim from Wilkie costed them a couple of rounds. I think this was a battle of mistakes, and I think Elevate made less mistakes and had more standout performances. But yeah, that's that gone. That's that round gone. The game over. An hour into the decider.
Especially in the Pro League when you have a Blackbeard that is able to get those shots.
Right. And here is that, I think that this is a retake here from ENCE. They actually managed to win this round against all
Shate
odds.
3K, yep.
And that was, again, yeah, that was Shate clutching up. So while Laxing put in work for his
Smoke will
team,
never leave the meta.
Even so, we saw a lot of great Shate clutching.
I think we're going to see a new meta of I think we're going to see a new meta of turtle strats because of Legion, Smoke, Mira, and if Ella's devices interrupt the diffuser being planted, like Echo does, she'll be a must pick over Echo instead. Because the Echo drone can be shot and die. The Echo drone requires you to give up control of your character. The Echo drone can be EMP'd. And Echo does not have very good guns. Ella has barbed wire, impact grenades, probably one of the best SMGs in the game by the looks of it. She has a gadget. that potentially could outclass. It could outclass an a DLC operator immediately. You know, 2 DLCs later. So that's definitely going to be interesting. Valk is not a must pick. Most teams actually prefer Pulse over Valkyrie because Valkyrie is passive information. Pulse is active information. Can Ella throw her mines that far though? It doesn't really matter. If she can throw her mines just as far as Smoke could throw smoke grenades in Season 3, then she'll still be used. She can still easily be used to deny bomb plants.
Obviously it was decider matches. Yeah, they're kind of like, yeah, we'll just do what we do, right? But yeah, I think it's an interesting strategy. However, because there's been a lot.
Do you think teams might run IQ and Thatcher from now on in order to counter the new gadgets? I honestly don't know how the attacking meta is going to change up too much because you've only got you've only got 5 operators and you need Habana. 4. You need electronic destruction, so Thatcher or Twitch. You need a breacher, Buck, Sledge, or Ash. Kind of covers the grenades as well. Most maps need thermite. You have 1 pick left. Do you pick IQ? Do you pick Ying? Do you pick Jackal now that he's going to be buffed? Do you pick Glaz because the smokes have been buffed? Do you pick a shield because your strategy needs a shield? There's so many operators that are kind of like borderline, kind of need it, kind of don't. It's like you're in an all-you-can-eat buffet, but you can only choose 5 things. It's going to be difficult. What's the Jackal buff? It pings every 5 seconds 5 times. It pings over 20 seconds. It pings immediately. 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds, 5 seconds.
Just aggressive plays, trying to pick off attackers as they push in.
One of the things that I am very curious to see about, and if we're going to see it here today, is ENCE's no breaching strat, where they don't bring Habana and they don't bring Thermite, because we saw that this season from them.
You know, it wasn't a calculated, it wasn't something they were really thinking about. They needed,
Blackbeard is an important pick too. No. So right now, Splickner, inside scrims, I can tell you for a fact, most teams aren't running a Blackbeard anymore, because everyone kind of understands how to beat him. Whilst he is very important and very strong, he does limit what you can do very, very much. Blackbeard provides no utility. Blackbeard provides an ominous presence. He is a threat, but he does very little much more than hold an angle. He can't push fast, he can't push quick, he can't hunt roamers, he doesn't provide anything other than flashbangs, which is ADS removal. He has no breaching power. He's crap. He's only good for fragging. But there are better fraggers, like IQ has good guns, a grenade, and electronic denial through the floor. Or at least electronic detection. Or Sledge has grenades, and a Sledgehammer, a Buck has grenades, and a Buck device.
It's going to be interesting. Who knows? Maybe we'll see a resurgence of the double shield strategy. Who knows? Anything's possible. But
Blackbeard has fallen out of favor. Like, before, Blackbeard was a must-pick. You have to have a Blackbeard on this because he's so strong. But now it's like, well, boys, we're attacking this bomb site. I guess we could pick Blackbeard. But there's always going to be like that, oh, but this operator is really good for this bomb site, and this operator is good. There's so many good operators in the meta right now that fit in really well, because, like, Twitch is almost a must-pick now. And IQ is becoming rapidly more picked, and Ying is going to be picked a lot. I can see it right now. Ying will be picked a lot. So we have to wait. We have to wait for everything to settle down, for the dust to clear, for everyone to do the testing that they need to do over the TTS in the upcoming week, and then finally we'll have an answer.
We'll see the same defenses one, the same attacks one, and it'll just be back and forth until we get to overtime match point.
Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get underway with the third and final map of this first quarterfinal series.
Ying, really? Ying and Fuse. You Ying the floor, then you fuse the floor. You are blind, you are running into a wall, and you're getting fused. I mean, competitively, Ella will probably
This
get
is
picked
gonna
the
be
least.
season 2 of
Um,
history. I think repeated over and
it
over.
depends on how good a gadget is, but a gadget, as far as
Elevate
roaming is
looking
concerned, is
to
pretty
push the
crap.
bar on both border and
She's been
bank.
marketed as a
Bank
roamer,
wants
but
to stretch it a little, but they're not
I
going to
don't think
stretch.
they stretch that
Yeah,
far.
they're not
I
stretching
don't
that far.
think she's going to be
There's
very
just
good.
no reason to.
don't have
Like, she's a good gun. She's a 3-speed, so she will get picked.
It would, the day
There's
that
no doubt about that. But her gadget isn't very
bomb
good.
site on this map is defended successfully in Pro League is the day that the meta has very much changed on a map like Cafe.
Alright, so we're at Cafe Resident Sleeper.
Standard reinforcements going from the
Probably
from
my
the
least favorite
down the
map
bathroom
to
up
analyze and
into
cast,
the piano
because you
room.
see literally nothing new every time you play it or watch it.
And again, this is one of these
Very common.
standard places to go.
Yeah, very common. It looks like there's going to be a double mirror set up. They're going to go for both one inside of the bathroom, one inside of the freezer.
As a new competitive team, do you have advice for myself and my team? Get involved with ESL and play every single ESL thing that you are viable to play.
Obviously, the flank will be protected for whoever's using the mirror windows.
Get as much practice as you can. And when you start playing the games, you'll start to win and lose against the same and different teams over and over again, and then you start to realize what teams you can beat, what teams you can't, and what teams you're close at winning against or what teams you're close at losing against. You scrim the teams that are a challenge for you, and then you get better, and when you start stomping them, you scrim teams that are better for you. When you beat them, you start stomping them, you scrim teams that are better than you, and you slowly climb up like that. So when you play ESL, make sure you keep a note of all the teams that you stomp and all the teams that you get stomped by, and then all of the teams that you have a good match against, and then you scrim the ones in the middle. Oh, and watch a shitload of VODs. Look at what these guys are doing. Look at everything they're doing. Why is this... Ask the questions. Why is this castle barricade right there on that door? Why is there a double mirror window facing into piano? Why did Wilkie make a nitro hole inside of the hatch room just here? I kind of gave it away. But why did they put that Valkyrie camera right there? You know, you ask, constantly be questioning everything you see and try and come up with the most easy answer. Why? The simplest answer is usually the best. Why is there a hole here? Well, it's so they can look up the hatch. So if people push the door, they can shoot them. As a byproduct, you can also nitro. And that's what Wilkie's going to do here and make a clutch play in a few minutes.
There it is. Oh, he missed it. Oh, no, he got a double. I didn't even think they got all the way up there, but Wilkie with a double C4. That's going to make a 5-on-3 in favor of ENCE.
That is huge.
Know any ways to arrange scrims with gold and plat level players? Same advice. Get involved with ESL with your team. Find out who you beat, who you don't. Scrim the middle. So Kanto does something really smart here. Basically, he's not even firing, he's not even doing too much here. He knows he's fighting a Blackbeard, and Blackbeard only has 20 bullets in his magazine. He's ducking left, ducking right, dodging up and down. He's baiting Laxing to waste all of his ammunition before he commits to a fight. Because whilst Jaeger is the best operator to beat a Blackbeard with, he doesn't need to fight him. He just needs to waste his ammo, and that's a really smart play from Kanto.
He's going to shoot off the Hibana charges. That's going to be easy to go. And now Panari gives up his position, but that mirror window stays intact. He's actually going to down Blackbeard. Laxing gets taken out. It's all up to
So yeah, anyway, so we've been a little bit distracted here. Elevate going for a bog standard A plant. They're getting smoked out by barbed wire right now, and Wilkie just crosses over to the right side and just gets a triple spray. Okay, I'm just going to point something out for you guys. So I'm going to point out a key point here where Wilkie gets hyped. Oh, let's go. He fucking flips off the other team. Fucking brilliant. I just found that very amusing when I saw it.
Wow. Every single one of those kills in that ace by Wilkie was in the doorway to Cigar. That was every single one of them. Not one of those kills. They were all within 5 feet.
Alright, okay, so we didn't really see too much of that round. Well, you saw a lot of that round. I was busy reading chat and answering some questions.
See the final body placements of all 5 people inside of that cigar lounge and just see how much of like a slumber party it is in there.
Right next to each other, man. Right next to each other. They are spooning. It was ridiculous. But yeah,
Alright, so right now here, England opening up some kill holes from below. Not really too much you can do with that. Unless you have people playing down there. And hey, what do you know? Immediately they're putting players down there with some reinforcements. They have a castle. And what I'm looking immediately from ENCE right now is that Wilkie is on Capital. And typically when you play Capital, you are attacking the A bomb site. You're going to go on the double windows. You're going to go on this balcony outside here. You're going to rappel up. You have a Blackbeard. You have this. You have grenades. You have flashbangs. On both these operators, you remove all of the ADSs towards the double windows here. You grenade or nitro. You grenade or molly the player out, and you put a Blackbeard on the window and you repel someone inside to plant. That is the bog standard double window take for planting on the A bomb site. And that is further influenced by the fact that Kanto, Shate, and the rest of the squad is all repelling over here. Panari over there. Not quite sure. I think Panari probably misspawned being over there. Kanto looking through this tiny hole here. Learning from some meepy angles. I do know Kanto may have potentially learnt this from me. He was in my stream when I was doing that. And Skies is reset immediately.
For those of you who are not familiar with Rainbow Six Siege, if you're watching this, the way that it works is you can shoot your teammate in the foot through a wall and down them 100%. And then pick
Why did it have to be Cafe? I hate analyzing Cafe. It's so boring. Nothing changes. Cafe, in my mind, if we have to remove one map from the Pro League, it'd be Cafe. It's boring. It never changes. It's always the same crap. There's only one way you can attack A, and there's only one way you can attack B, and it's never really fun. So yeah, now the doors are castled. They know immediately that it's some kind of turtle strategy. Sky's in the corner with his mute jammer, not pulse device, beg pardon. Sorry, it's getting a little bit late here.
Obviously, IQ just gonna be denying all the cameras, but interestingly, there are no cameras from Valkyrie. It's all just default cameras because Elevate doesn't have a Valkyrie. They have a
Add Canal, I would completely disagree because Canal suffered from the exact same issue that Cafe suffers. There's only so many ways you can play it. Laxing with it's an interesting weapon. He's going to get the first headshot down onto Panari, and that's the IQ off the board and 2 grenades out of his hands. Hopefully he used them before he died. We'll have to check that later to see how it goes. Shuttle, interestingly, still has an impact grenade, so he has rotational options to him. Shate is smelling a little bit of an extended defense right now, and he's going to go for a bit of a ballsy drone position, but it's going to be fine for him as he's not really going to get pressured all too much. And he's going to get the information of who's playing below as Kanto pushes in aggressively, and Shate as well at the same time from the opposite side of the map. Now Shuttle right now is holding an off angle. This is an off angle right here, and Shate's going to pay for it, not droning it out properly, just quite. And here comes the A window take. The mollies go in, the smokes go in, and the rest of the execution comes down. But Boonsy, meanwhile, not actually repelling on the double windows. He's actually opting to push through the cigar shop as the diffuser. Oh, it's a bait. Wilkie actually gets himself inside of the bomb site, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get shot from England as Boonsy's going to refrag onto Chapman. He's going to get picked down from the side as Laxing, using the power of the Force, is going to get a headshot onto Kanto and kill Boonsy at the same time. And here comes the defuse.
Take home the defensive win here on the second round of Cafe.
That was a bit of a dance there from ENCE. I liked their attempt, but it was kind of back and forth. And because they were in a 3 versus 5, there was such a man disadvantage that despite I like their execution, it just was there weren't enough people on the board.
Well, honestly, I don't necessarily think.
Is it all Duck Sleeve? I thought it was just Bronzebeard. Type !org and you can read all about it. We have indeed, I can confirm to you right now, on the September 1st, our contracts run out, we will be leaving playing Ducks. The reasons why is inside of the !org twit longer.
And that's exactly what Wilkie could have done once the diffuser got planted. Right. If he was still on the windowsill.
But Zaronic has fully left, if you know what I mean. He is not a part of the team anymore. Originally, he was supposed to be, but I believe he has his own reasons for going his own way, so he may have found something else. You know, he was supposed to be the 6th man, but he announced this morning to us that he's announcing his full departure from the team.
Remember Bittersweet?
I remember that.
Yeah, it's bittersweet, but the way that they executed on the top floor was very similar to what we just saw ENCE do, which was, okay, we're going to push into the A windows, we're going to come all the way into the A bomb site, we're going to have that control. Then once we
Alright, okay, so we're seeing some pretty Resident Sleeper, same old shit. Everyone plays these strategies right now. Opening up the A wall is a very common place right now, as it's pretty difficult to play in the A corridor, and it's kind of a death trap, so opening up those kill holes makes it even worse of a death trap.
Can deny the disabling of the diffuser. But again, because that just came down to man advantage.
ENCE running Jaeger, Valkyrie, Mira, Bandit, Smoke, nothing out of the ordinary. Two DLC operators, beg pardon. And here's the reason why that corridor is a death trap, because that mirror window gets placed there, and you can't play in that corridor anymore unless you open the mirror window. But then again, opening the mirror window is really easy. You just need to get above, open up a hole below, shoot the canister, Bob's your uncle, you're open.
Yeah, it has been pretty much entirely defensive.
Yeah, I'm still friends with Zarnik.
For both of the teams.
There's no bad blood, he's just, he's got his own reasons for leaving. So basically, the typical take for the A bomb site is to get control of the Christmas room, Christmas and Piano, which is the room they're droning towards. A lot of people call this like Cigar Lounge, but we just call it Christmas or Piano. And they have the secondary mirror window here on the cocktail wall inside of the White Stairs corridor. Kanto, pretty risky position if Elevate do decide to rotate one of the players with grenades over to the double windows here, then Kanto would be really fucked, for lack of better words. And now I really like this here from Elevate. They send Chap's drone and England's drone in to die. These are all distractions to bait Kanto into looking back at the mirror window because he feels he's being pushed, but it's too late because Shuttle has crouched his way all the way around. He goes too aggressive trying to preserve his momentum, and Panari's going to pick him off as he goes too aggressive.
Shuttle is an excellent roamer hunter. He's been doing a lot of work in terms of just getting rid of
but either way, Elevate now has control of the top floor. They traded 1-for-1 and map control. As you're going to get the hatches open, and Elevate did bring a Thermite, so they do have the option of a B push from the White Stairs. Boonsy playing inside of B. Wilkie playing a little bit of an off-site roam here in the Red Stairs corridor towards the basement, and yep, it's all shaping up right now with Laxing on this door, this window, beg pardon, that it's going to be an A take. 40 seconds left on the clock, and Elevate do need to get a bit of a move on. Chapstick with the diffuser needs to make his way to the window, so he can just jump inside and plant immediately. And it looks like Elevate are just kind of stalling this round right now. They can do a lot more here. And here's a bit of a potato from both players, but Skies comes out on top as Boonsy now retreats into the back of the bomb site. He's going to try and find him, he rushes inside, gets killed off as Shate picks up someone else off the other side. Laxing vaults through a hole and gets picked off as England picks up Shate and Boonsy gets a kill elsewhere. So that was just basically a last minute chaos, as it's essentially dubbed as in the meta right now. A lot of pushing, a lot of aggressive plays in the last little bit of the round. Try and cause some chaos in the communication, get an easy plant down as everyone's distracted, but basically everyone pushed a little bit one by one, which led to Elevate's demise in that regard.
To make their push actually happen when they were going into the bomb site. So the time really kind of stalled out. Because at that point they were thinking to themselves, okay, well we need to get this pick, or we need to get a kill here, or so we can like start our push and make our execution happen. They never got that. So time stalled out, the push came in, and it was just a bit of a kind of a random flailing of the arms and nothing.
So now Elevate defending downstairs. So this is basically what we're going to see from Elevate. They've castled off the reading room door to the long red corridor. They're also reinforcing the walls facing the A red corridor. A stairs red corridor. So this means that they're going to do some kind of extended defense towards the reading room or the library or whatever you want to call it. They have a castle, so I imagine there's going to be some impact grenades thrown around. There they are. Laxing also lost some HP from throwing those, you goofball. Castle barricades, so yeah, it's an extended defense going to be controlling the library here. This is a strategy that we've seen in the past. Typically we saw this kind of thing from the old ESG back from the Invitational. They were the first team to do this kind of attack. Defense, beg pardon.
I think Laxing might have taken quite a bit of damage from his teammate there trying to shoot a drone or something.
Could have been an impact grenade, could have been a C4 hole, who knows.
They were the first team to do this thing, and since then a lot of teams have created their own versions of it, so to speak.
Which might work against them because hey, look,
And it looks like ENCE trying to do a downstairs take, clear out the downstairs of roamers, then push up the VIP stairs, white stairs, and red stairs at the same time. Look for picks and see what they can get. Wilkie go into this position here. Wilkie be able to kill the camera from outside. Also spot any of these Valkyrie cameras, the Shatte drones to the rest of the bomb site. And they've already gained fast control of long red as the pre-fire comes through the wall. Laxing's going to take a lot of damage. Almost goes down. Almost goes down there, trades his shield and a little bit of health, and meanwhile, what they think is clear downstairs, they have Shuttle running around down there too. Kanto's going to get wallbanged. Disguise also rotates down as well, as Panari's going to go down and try and find a refrag. Being a little bit too aggressive there, if he goes down there, Panari can basically kind of doom his team there, as Shuttle's now going to rotate to the top floor, and this is what I like. Elevate is playing the roam game perfectly right now. They have roamed from the upstairs all the way downstairs as they've cleared it. ENCE not checking their flanks. Elevate comes from behind, gives them the old 1-2 in the backside, and now Elevate have just scattered across the rest of the map, and it's a 5-on-4. And ENCE making a desperation play, need to take top floor, and that's going to be the difficult point here right now, is they have to do this without drones. They have to make a play on the red corridor right now, and that's going to be really risky for them if they try and go for anything here. Nothing above them is droned, and the flank is completely open, which is becoming a little bit of a common theme in these matches right now, is that ENCE don't watch their backs too much, and maybe teams in the future can take advantage of this, as England somehow finds a frag onto Shatte, trades himself down for it in a 1-for-1. And Panari gets the refrag, and here we go. Laxing going to push into a claim, or it doesn't matter, never mind, he's probably killed it, and the diffuser goes down in a really bad position, and Boonsy melees a window way too late and gets picked off as well. That was a really weird round.
Seemed like a little bit of a miscall there by ENCE. Choosing to come from the bottom floor, walked right into Elevate's trap, and because they couldn't, they didn't go upstairs, it just didn't work out for them. I mean, they read into it, though. They learned, you know, in the middle of the round. But again, the losses were already incurred. It was a little too late.
Yeah, the only thing that I would have done differently on that first push from underneath is once you identified the castle inside of the reading room, pressure from that main doorway, by the red carpet hallway, get Sledge to open up the wall. Because that was Panari. He was right by that wall with, I believe that was Cantor Raketti. He could have easily opened it up, come in for a nice side flank.
Yeah, the possibility was there, or they could have just even like had a teamwork Sledge play. You know, one of the coolest ways I've ever seen Sledge play.
Yeah, so the 8-bit Robin, it's the same players, the same player lineup. So basically, my name is currently meepy.pdux. All that's happening is the .pdux is going from my name. Same for all of our players. We are still a team, but we are leaving the organization. So don't worry. Don't worry.
Yeah. So now, ENCE, they are going to be going back upstairs. Of course, they were successful here in the past, as it has been an entirely defensive-sided map so far.
So now we're going into the defense of top floor on Cafe Resident Sleeper, and we're having the same double mirror windows placed here by Shatte. This allows him to essentially keep control of the Christmas room, or cigar lounge as it's called in the game. Somehow Bloodbath forgets what map we just played. Gonna opt to use the Habana charges to open up that hatch. Kanto reset, probably went for a spawn peek and got tagged up a lot. Maybe why are you leaving? Didn't hear an exclamation mark org, Foxy.
They used to do 5, same as C4, but I think when they change the projectile, they do slightly less. I'm not entirely sure. Either way, they are guaranteed down. It's not going to kill your teammate, so it's nice and safe.
Basically, the team is staying together. We are having a roster change, but it's not really a change. It's an addition. We're adding a coach. No one on the main lineup is leaving. It will still be me, Lackey, Friend, Snookin secretly. It'll just be +1 coach.
Ooh, that's actually pretty bad. Every breaching round lost to an ADS is not good for the round overall, but the barbed wire will still be taken out. Problem is, that does open up options for the roamers. We do have roamers.
We are not going to join Penta if Penta leave Penta. We've already joked about that before. We're not going to accept a Penta offer. I think there'd be too many memes and too much confusion. But yeah, okay, so Elevate have really taken the time with this crap that they're doing here. With 1 minute left on the clock, they have only just gained access to the cigar lounge. Typically, if you want to have a more successful push towards the B bomb site, you want to have that wall opened as fast as possible. Like a little bit of insider information, our record for having that wall open is 30 seconds. It's just literally your repeller straight up, get in, open it, done. And you have all the time in the world to prepare for an A push or a B push. You have all the time in the world to get the mirror windows open. You have all the time in the world. And that's the important part here. Shuttle is betting that there is no one on those windows, and he makes the right play as he pushes inside. And now they can have the ability to pinch, and it's Kanto left in a 1 versus 4. Basically what happens there is they all got caught in a bit of a rush. Elevate does an incredibly good job of rushing into the bomb site, taking control of the entire front area towards the back corners where the double windows are, pushing Laxing from underneath Habana through the cigar shop, through the cigar lounge, past the mirror windows, taking a bit of a risk that no one's going to be peeking those, gets the frag on the player in the corner, and Kanto still roaming, still left by his own devices downstairs, is unfortunately useless in the scenarios. He's now in a 1 versus 4, unwinnable.
Now, I think it's worth noting here that both of these teams, they talked about how, we'll call it disappointing they were in their play last season at LAN. They both were first rounded, which means that one of these two teams, either Elevate or ENCE, will unfortunately fall to that same fate again.
They will be heartbroken. Either way, you know, I honestly, it's going to be worse if ENCE can't bring them.
Okay, so moving on to the next round, we have Elevate running the same top 4 defense that they did earlier. Nothing much is realistically changing. The only thing that I'm seeing right now is they're opting to not reinforce the second wall door here with the castle. I do not agree with this. This castle barricade here is counterintuitive. It gives the attackers complete control over Cigar, and it also allows them to play freely in Cigar. I mean, you can have control over something but still be pressured, but this is just literally full control, no pressure. Bad play from Elevate to put that castle barricade there. It should not be placed there.
But it looks like right now, from what we're seeing, Elevate are going to be able to push themselves into winning this map on Cafe, and the match overall.
Who did we expect to win between the two at first? Well, after scrimming both of the teams, we expected ENCE to win, but we thought it would be much. We thought it would play out a lot differently than the way it did. ENCE, like, Elevate played well. There's no one denies Elevate played well, but ENCE defeated themselves. So let's see what they do here right now. They have full control of Red Stairs, they have full control of Cigar Shop. They can do whatever the hell they want on that side of the building with very, very little pressure. But it looks like ENCE wants something different. It looks like they are going to try for this East window push. They do have a Capitao, they do have all of the pieces of Exodia to get this done. Panari tagged up real hard with Kanto on the flank just there. Kanto watching the flank, nicely done, gets the frag, and that's important here. Gonna pre-fire up here. Panari definitely was a little bit of a lamb to the slaughter there. That is a common angle, foot through the floor, and sees it and pings it out. And Panari gets killed by Shuttle even though they know he's there. Goes to an aggressive play but doesn't get too much done with the job, and Skies is coming up on the flank real quickly, and Kanto needs to basically get in the jig of it. Actually, never mind, Skies decides to take much more of a passive angle and gets killed for it. That's a bit of a miscommunication from Shuttle. Shuttle should be calling, yo, he's flashing on me, he's gonna push me, he's gonna push me. Skies wimps out a little bit there, and now it's all down to Skies. It was a really good push from the skylight, from the windows, and from this white staircase here to gain control of the top floor and go for that ultimate plant on A. Chate is going to pick him off through the floor. And yeah, basically ENCE just forced the window take and won all of their gunfights. It was really poor play from Elevate there, especially on Skies' part. He should be up those stairs much quicker, but then again, you can't blame him too much if his teammate's not communicating with him enough. Shuttle definitely should have been saying, yo dude, I'm getting flash, you gotta push. But, uh, but yeah, something small like that cost them a man, and it ultimately gave them full control of the bomb site.
Again, this is the third map of this best of three. Both teams have won one single map. ENCE won on Border, and then we saw Elevate win on Bank. And the winner here is going to be able to go into the semifinals. The other one, the loser, is unfortunately going to go home. Very sad.
So, I mean, what we saw previously here was that it was defense, defense, defense. The last two rounds did go in favor of the attackers.
Right.
Now this is ENCE's chance to get that lead back, take it into their hands, go on to match point, and potentially get to tomorrow's game.
Overall, clearly, this is much less defense-sided than Bank, for example. Bank was so
Alright, okay, so ENCE running the exact same strategy that they ran before.
The Elevate seemed to have cinched on attack, slipped from their fingers through no fault of their own.
Nothing much to that.
Just great defense.
Elevate running the same lineup they ran before. Some interesting Valkyrie cameras from Wilkie. It's a pretty default camera that gets checked quite a lot. Opting for this Nitro hole as well. I found as Valkyrie, it's much better if you make your kill holes like that. If you slowly fire with the Deagle, you can make much more effective use of your ammunition. Laxing open this window puts a little bit of minor pressure on him on the B-bomb site. It makes it a little bit more difficult to play in the room. Excuse me, at least at the start of the round. Typically what I tend to do is if I'm playing in that room and the windows get opened, I'll probably just board them up again in a few minutes. It just gives you a little bit of security because people aren't going to be there. You know, no one's going to repel on the B windows. It's a death trap. There's so many ways you can die on those B windows. You can get jumped out on as well. It's really easy to jump out those windows and kill people. And here we go. Elevate gets the wall open with 2 minutes left on the clock. So they now have full control over Cigar Lounge. They just need to double check and drone it to make sure they can confirm it. But Wilkie is waiting with the Nitro. They need to make sure they drone this out or else they're going to look very silly in the next 1 minute or so.
Now the question is, do you go after Wilkie or do you keep him there and just let him be? Because you know Wilkie's going to be here. It looks as though Shuttle actually already got himself into the bar now.
So Shuttle, real quick aggressive push here, and Skies drops the skylight. Hey. And Kanto is also trapped now here. He does have Panari to give him a little bit of crossfire, but Laxing looks like he is outside, ready to pounce any moment. Oh no. Shuttle turns his back just at the wrong moment there, and that gets him killed. And Panari kills off England, doing an aggressive push towards the bathroom corridor. The Nitro goes out from Wilkie, and nothing much goes on from it.
Chapstick and Shuttle going to be inside of the cigar lounge as well as top of red stairs. And you've got, I think that was Blackbeard Laxing outside of the windows on east.
And now it's all kind of going downhill for Elevate in this kind of scenario right now. They've lost 2 players on their entry due to poor timing and poor pushing. Kanto still in a very strong position of power right here. Shate gets a Nitro from below, and that's just another nail in the coffin right now as it's Chap versus Kanto. He does get the good pick there. That is really well done from him. That's going to alleviate a lot of the pressure upstairs. Panari's still playing on the white stairs and can push up just as easily as he killed Kanto. Chap killed Kanto. Laxing making a lot of noise as he sort of runs through this area here, shooting walls and what have you. And Chap's going to rotate to him as well. And here's where things go a little bit weird. So Laxing gives away the position of the push by spraying through the wall, hoping to get a pick onto Boonsy. He's not going to find it as the cam's still going. And they still need to open up this wall, but in the meantime, the rest of the ENCE lineup have taken control of top floor, and it looks like this is going to go to 4-3 in ENCE's favor. And now Laxing picks out Panari, and Boonsy picks out Chap, and what the hell is Laxing doing over here? He'll start deagling the wall and forfeits the round immediately when he stops. Yo, Brez.
There by ENCE, and I think it all came down to that top floor hole. Very well coordinated, excellent reinforcements to deny the rotation between bathroom and freezer, which means that close pressure can't really come on to Kanto-Raketti from the White Hall. Also, the supplemental hold from the white stairs by Panari means White Hall pressure is off the table as well. That mirror window means that as long as Kanto-Raketti can simply hold the drop down from the skylight, it's a very easy, he pretty much has full control over that top floor apart from Piano. And that's honestly fine because
Right, so Elevate defending the midsection bomb site, looking like they're pretty much going to do the exact same strategy, running the same lineup, I believe. No mirror. It is a little bit odd that people don't run mirror for this bomb site. Mirror definitely does make this bomb site a lot easier to hold if the other team doesn't have a twitch. First drone off the board right there, and yeah, it's the same strategy with the same camera. It worked out for them decently last time. They'll have to try and iron out the kinks that they had.
Wins this round. If they win this attack phase, they go on to tomorrow's games in the semifinals, and Elevate
Yeah,
unfortunately
Fabian.
will meet the same fate they met last
That's a bad Valkyrie camera. The reason why that Valkyrie camera is bad is it's a black camera on white, but it is also in the face of the player as they push into that area. So like I said earlier in the stream, you want to be placing your Valkyrie cameras like above the entry points, because if I walk into a room, the last thing I'm going to do is look up and behind me, because then I'm a complete easy free target for anyone else who's playing aggressive. ENCE running a Capitao right now. Have they run a Capitao on this attack before? I don't exactly remember. I've not really been taking too much attention of it. Like I said, this is Cafe Resident Sleeper. I'm sick of death. Sick to death of playing this map, and I'm sick to death of analyzing this map. It's the same old crap every team's running.
round by round, and they're the ones in the situation where they're actually in the advantage. They don't need to factor that into their gameplay. Whereas Elevate,
Yes, these will be uploaded on YouTube. If you don't know my YouTube, !YT will get you my most recent YouTube video. From there, you can just subscribe.
I think though, if any team's going to be clutching it up against ENCE, and when they're at this deficit, it's going to be Elevate. More importantly, they're on defense, which means
So that should take it to Frag Movie 4.5. And then from there, you just find it.
They will be able to play patiently, they will be able to play safe, and it will work for them.
Need to come up with a bakery defense? I've thought about it. I've never done it. I can make it viable if I can shield boost. But that's not allowed.
I would argue we've been seeing it throughout this entire matchup. They've been calculated, but they've been much faster than
Okay, so Shatta using some random breach, some of his Kairos on the floor. He doesn't need them for the rest of this attack, so he can use them just as exothermic destruction. This one here is trying to go for the mirror window, but there is no mirror window there, which means ENCE probably lack droning information, and if they're not lacking droning information, they lack VOD review information, because if they don't know that they're not running a mirror on this bomb site, they're kind of goosed.
They haven't been contested at all upstairs by Elevate, and this is what we saw. Like Elevate, they don't hold the top floor either on Bank or on Cafe.
So yeah,
which means that
ENCE full top floor control is going to give them a lot of room to play with. All they need to really be careful of is of the floor. Panari a little bit paranoid of downstairs. Kanto minding his own business in the laundry and gets brutally murdered by Panari. And immediately traded back in a 2 for non-swing.
Oh man, no! What a heartbreak! A 5-on-3 now after that massive mistake. 30 seconds left to go.
Oh.
Another almost team kill. ENCE, you are not doing what you need to. Sky's gonna take down.
As there is no words. This.
Taken out. Bootsy, last man alive. He's got 60 health and taken out from Shuttle from above. That is not what needed to happen. We are gonna go into overtime on this map.
How to throw LAN.
I
communicate a little bit. What was going on there?
To me, that is just jitters. That is
gotta be jitters.
That is overtime jitters. That is exactly what we just saw there.
Yeah, no, that is.
Like I was rooting for ENCE, but Discord, our Discord was a fun place to be during this match. Like there was a mixture of lull and not like this. That round was like watching a train wreck in slow motion. It's horrific to watch, but you just can't take your eyes off of it.
They're going to seize it, putting themselves into overtime. We are going to have Elevate getting that defense first, and ENCE is going to have to attack.
So yeah, Elevate have defaulted back to the strategy that we ran in the first round, which is they do an extended defense of the reading room. They double castle both of the freezer doors that face towards the B bomb site. And it looks like they're heavily trying to rely on nitros from below. Essentially what they do is they put a player on A, they put a player or two in the freezer, they put mirror windows down below, and they do an extended defense, and then they can just nitro up through the floor when it is required.
Like you said, they've been to every single LAN, and I've seen them at every single LAN. And I tell you what, they have always had this LAN jitter problem. They have always had this a situation, one another thing
And
that
like, I
teams
feel
really
so
need to
sorry
come
for
around,
ENCE.
and it maybe wasn't the most important
They have
moment
been
necessarily,
first
but it's
rounded
big revenue
every
for them.
single
But
LAN
at the same
ever
time,
since
that
year
round
one,
carries
season
over in
one,
your
where they got
mind.
to the finals and
Whether
faced
you
Penta.
like it or not, even if you're a team that, like, for example, ENCE, they say, like, we don't let the momentum get against us. That because, I mean, what does it really matter? It's round by round, right? There's no monetary
I mean,
advantage
they've been to every
behind
LAN
it.
as well. Like,
You don't have to win that round. It's just play round by round, win as many kills.
you could make a
Or you can
movie.
let the momentum work
You could
against
make a
you.
feature-length
But
movie out of
nonetheless, it's
this.
in the back of your mind whether you like it or not.
Yep.
And they've always, it's like one thing at every LAN. We see it
So
from ENCE
Kanto
every time.
watching a little bit of a White Stairs flank. He's not going to
That
find
being
anyone, but
said,
Skies is
even
going to
if you're
find
going
him.
on
It's 4-4
defense
with
here,
2 minutes on the
certainly
clock,
very
and
much
it
like
sounds
Mo
like
said,
Elevate
a
is only just
possible
starting
White
to get
Stairs
things
that
moving.
spotted out
The ball
front there,
only
but
just rolling,
Spider
and it's
Room
obviously looking to do a double windows take here,
doing her electronic
which
defensive
basically
outfit
means
might
no
be
one
spotting
really
these
needs
guys.
to
It's
do
hard to
too
be
much on the
offensive
Elevate
on
lineup.
here.
They can just chill out and relax, and
Detected him, but
that's a drone.
didn't really.
Pretty
He
sure
was
that's
able
a
to stay
teammate's
pushed
drone, but
onto him
either
here.
way, it doesn't really matter too
He was gonna
much.
be able to make that call. I don't think he really saw it. Ooh, but this is gonna be another white stairs pack from
But yeah,
ENCE.
it's going to be a White Stairs push from Ents. They have Boonsy repelling on the windows. Wilkie's going to be dancing around the skylight and on the windows. There's a mirror window facing in here, so Elevate did prepare an interesting counter strategy with this. They do want to hold the freezer facing in with the mirror window. That's going to give them nitro priority. It means they're going to be able to completely deny this from not only the same level, but the verticality is going to come into it as well. Castle barricades getting opened by the team, but nothing much is going to come from that. The barbed wire is already moved, and there is a window facing them. Kanto's being called out. And oh, Skies should have gotten that kill there, but unfortunately kind of whiffs his aim, and Kanto knows now that it's game over, man. Can't push up that staircase, and if he pushes up the staircase, he has to rush. Oh, never mind. It looks like he's taking it a little bit ballsy, trying to assume that no one's on the window. Might trigger a couple of people with that one, and Laxing here is holding the flank as the Boonsy is walking around the middle of the bomb site somehow, and Kanto and Boonsy kind of go for their little pincer movement. Kanto going to spot the rotate hole here, get the first pick onto Chap, and Laxing's going to refrag Shate and get refragged immediately by Boonsy. Kanto picks up Skies, and now it's a 3 versus 2 versus 2. And now Boonsy with a good pre-fire kills England, and now it's a 1 versus 2 Shuttle versus Wilkie and Boonsy. As soon as Wilkie gets out the building and gets on the roof, the round is over. You cannot stop this. So this round was a really weird symphony of chaos. The way that Elevate hold the bomb site means that you're going to see a lot of ENCE members running around what you would consider the bomb site, where only Elevate is concerned about holding below and the freezer room, which is why you see people running up the white stairs, you see people running around the A bomb site, the B bomb site. That's all left open. It's a weird turtle strategy that relies on verticality and mirror windows. It's an interesting concept, but it doesn't work when ENCE realize that they can just run around like free.
If they execute that, they also come in through the skylight in the scar room, just straight plant inside of B because all of Elevate is staring at those white stairs in a bomb. And because they're staring at that, it's just a really simple matter to get the defuse plant. And in this instance, because ENCE didn't lose as many people as they did last time they tried to execute that, it was fairly successful. They allowed themselves to get back onto the skylight and can maintain control over the defuse plant. A very simple, well, not as simple, a well-orchestrated.
Right, okay, so defense of the midsection right here. Shate going to be putting up an extra reinforcement on the dining room. Panari, for some reason, is bandit charging the walls from the hatch room. A bit of a mind game strategy if it does play out.
Settings and the rules here for ESL for the Pro League of Rainbow Six. It is the first team to 5, but you have to win by 2. If both teams get to 4, like we saw Elevate and ENCE do, it then goes into
the question is, are they going to do the same mirror window on... No, okay, so they've changed up the strategy. ENCE realizing the mirror window where Kanto was playing not really working as stronger as well as they feel it would work, so they've obviously moved this window to elsewhere and decided to put an extra player upstairs to counteract the fact that they're no longer holding it as hard. So we have Kanto and Panari dicking around on the white stairs, looking for drones just right there. We also got Wilkie dicking around with the staircases as well. Elevate wasting a lot of time right now. They could spend this time Habaning opening the wall or Thermiting opening the wall. There's a lot of things that they should be doing in this time, but they're burning too much time. Like a minute off the clock and the wall's not open into the
It has.
Cigar Lounge, that's a big no-no. You want that wall open as fast as possible, but it looks like they're not even going to bother to try and thermite it open if they realize they can take it for free. Running the weird mirror window on the right side, that mirror window is a little bit useless. Probably would have done a little bit better if they placed it on the B-bomb site facing to the white stairs. As it's there, it serves literally no purpose other than to potentially give information from pushes from Wilkie's angle. But if Wilkie's there right now, he's not really going to do too much. I don't even think that was. I don't even think that was reinforced. I think that was just a. I think that's really just like a random ass mirror window placed at a last second. And Wilkie once again is going to wow the world with another nitro charge.
Toss it on up. There it goes. Gets another.
And down goes England.
Wilkie, that is his third one.
And ENCE have completely given top floor control to Elevate. Hatch is open, so now it's just going to be they open the floor game whilst ENCE sort of just chill out and don't really need to do anything. They don't need to peek anything. They don't need to push anything. They have the man advantage, so that means they have trading advantage if they have crossfire set up properly. And now, yep, Sky is going to open up the floor correctly to do so, but Shate is waiting for him. Going to spray a little bit, but not going to find anything as Laxon gets some of the 1-2 bait. And that's Shate up the clock. That's a Nitro off the board. That's a really good pick. Shate is the primary clutch player in these defense situations on the mirror. And it looks like the entire Elevate roster is looking to do a quick drop push, trying to remove that barbed wire, and they should go now. Boom. Okay, never mind. They're going to go for the flashbang spam. I wonder where they're going to push from. As ENCE go to rush to the top floor. Sky's going to get the first one. Sky's got the second one. A little bit of a poor double one push. Wilkie trades off for Chap, but gets traded immediately by Shuttle and leaves Boonsy in a 1 versus 3 clutch situation. And Laxon's waiting for him. So they really goofed up by pushing both Panari and Kanto down the same corridor. It was a rush play. They realized that they needed to push quickly. Obviously, ENCE not setting up to prepare for this. They're not predicting this. They gave top floor control, so it's their own fault, and you can tell on the faces of the players that they have lost their morale. It's 5-5, match point, and oh boy.
He doesn't necessarily need to do that for any reason whatsoever. There's no pressure really coming from the balcony. There's no pressure really coming from the red stairs. He could rotate outside.
I read the patch notes. I loved the patch notes.
Above him and not get picked off, hold the bomb site, and it would have been much easier for ENCE to win that.
I actually posted a very snarky tweet about the patch notes and Operation Health. Like, all of the naysayers, the wrong sayers, the fucking Operation Health deniers, get fucked. If you denied or thought Operation Health was a joke, get fucked. If you thought Operation Health was a waste of time, get fucked. I love Operation Health. It has literally saved the game from being shit, and people should be thanking the devs.
So again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the third and final map in this best-of-3 series between ENCE and Elevate. Elevate took the first, ENCE took
PMK, that PC is probably just an empty case.
We'll have to stay tuned for 3 minutes to see who wins this final round and makes it to tomorrow's.
I saw the lighting, Shuto. It looks gorgeous.
It'd be incredible. I mean, both these teams have proven that they are evenly matched, to be certain. This has been a very back-and-forth battle, a pitched battle between these two teams. But
Alright, so ENCE decided to drop the Capital in favor of a Sledge. I agree with this change. They need some verticality, so...
one fatal mistake from one particular player that will allow somebody to capitalize on it, and it will cascade.
In all honesty, the mistake last time was on this site, and it was the team kill. ENCE had pushed onto this site, and that was
Okay, good hammer time. Okay, there we go. So yeah, they need Wilkie for the vertical play. Without that, they're going to really struggle to get people out of the train room. Panari on the roof, droning out, and yeah, basically this is the same strat we've seen from Elevate pretty much every single time. They have an extended defense inside of the library with Laxing and Skies. They have Chap chilling out in the corridors as well, and they really don't give a shit about the top floor. Now, the big counter to this strategy is a fast A push. Basically, all you need to do is kill England, and you need to get control of the red stairs corridor. You drop down the hatch, you run into A, you plant the diffuser in a position where you can't get peeked. You leave a play where Wilkie is right now. There's going to be some idiot that comes down to pull that castle barricade down. You literally just meme it up with the sledgehammer right in front of them, and you hammer them. You can do that. But it looks like ENCE has decided instead that they want to do a push, and guess what? They have not droned shit.
He's just waiting patiently. This is the smart play from Skies.
very smart.
They haven't droned anything. They're trying to go for the fast B push. They have Chap in the corridor. They have Skies in the laundry room. They have all of the crossfires available to them right now. Shatter gets the first pick, like we said they needed to get. Shuttle is now rotating down behind them. The call out has been given. ENCE of trying to put all of the eggs in one basket. Skies gets the too much to see, too much to kill scenario. Gets a 2 for 1, gets 1 for 1, gets a trade. Brilliant Nitro here, trades it all the way down, and then Chap's play here was... Okay, so ENCE really screwed up this round. They tried to just do a straight to B push by habaneering the wall. They didn't even drone anything. They put all of the eggs in the one basket. They made an insanely risky play. They did not drone. They did not do it. They didn't drone. They didn't take map control. They didn't push accordingly. They didn't check the corners. They just did it. They went off straight instincts and paid for it. At the end of the day, no one is denying that Elevate is a good team. They have proven themselves a good team time and time again. But this game, ENCE beat themselves. Their mistakes outweighed their positive plays, and their mistakes outweighed Elevate's mistakes. And that was the big reason why ENCE lost.